Hey, this is how I see it. We should play this game for life.
What game?
Macking. Hanging.
Welcome back to the Mac and the Hanging podcast.
Yes.
I'm your host, Trey. This is episode 20.
Oh yeah, this number 20, yo.
Damn. Hey, I feel like we should have like a crazy ass celebration.
Yeah, we got the teenagers and shit. Yo.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nigga almost 21.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm here with Naj.
Yo, what's poppin'? We in the building.
Here with Dre.
Get them, Drew.
And here with Gumbo Smelling Rico.
What up, dude?
So, how y'all boys week?
My weekend was lit until I got back in trouble and shit. But it was a lit weekend. Me and my girl, we had a sitter again. So we went out to Truth Lounge. First we went to the Mexican. I forgot what that shit called again, Rico.
Bel Air Cantina.
Yeah, Bella. So we went there, ate some tacos. That was shit. I bought like a picture of margaritas. She was lit. Went down to Truth. It was cool as fuck.
Yeah, Rico know all the eating spots.
Yeah, that's why I always ask him like, yo, what are spots to eat at?
I mean, but fat niggas usually hungry, so
because I was gonna go to because he said because I want to go to a Mexican restaurant this weekend, and he said Botanas, but like by the time me and Bobby got ready, it was like we was only gonna have like 30 minutes in that bitch, so we just decided to go to what's that shit called again?
Bel Air.
Bella, yeah. Went there. It was the weekend to shit. Some troubles arise at fucking home and shit. But other than that, then it was dope. Shout out to my girl with her crazy ass. I still love her though.
What about you, Dre? What you end up getting into?
Oh shit, man, the same thing. You know, I'm boring as hell and shit.
No, I had one of those weeks too.
Yeah.
I didn't do a damn thing either.
Oh no, we started the week off hard though and shit. Remember, last Sunday after the pod, we fucked around, did the karaoke and shit, went crazy. Hey yo, this nigga Trey was going karaoke promo heavy, yo. He was going crazy on the promo during karaoke night.
Hell yeah.
We kept that shit though, Trey.
Yeah, no, we were singing. You said what?
Wish we got a round of applause button.
No, we don't need that.
Yeah, fuck wrong with dude. Dude always saying some bullshit.
Nah, we need to clap that shit up for you promoting heavy.
Oh yeah, and you know me, I'm just trying to figure out ways of getting this shit to grow from 5 listeners.
Yeah. He was promoting like crazy. Then directly after he started promoting, he started like fucking the table and shit. It was mad gross.
You was having sex at the table?
Yeah, it was top 7 grossest things I've ever seen.
Bro, what's wrong with you? No, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
bro?
this nigga's disgusting.
Bro, what is wrong with you?
Trey, you didn't fuck a table?
Yeah, I did.
Bro, what's the matter with you?
Hold on, bro.
Bro, what's the matter with you?
Nadia, can I explain how?
Bro, you have a godson. Why are you doing this shit?
Chill out. Hold on. So let me explain.
He just I don't the fuck out his name that night.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, bro?
Bro, listen,
He's
God.
fucking shit out that table.
No, I'm saying Dre.
And I bet he got on hard and shit too.
Oh yeah, he was definitely walking around Truth Lounge, gross as a fuck for the last 30 minutes.
Nah, so
And he had a lump in his pants.
hold on, bro. Can I explain what happened?
The whole
You're a
lounge-
disgusting human being, B.
The whole lounge just started smelling like cabbage and shit.
No, so
Listen, every time you get on hard, it just starts smelling cabbage.
yeah, jokes on my ass.
You start smelling cabbage. What the fuck, nigga? You horny or something, nigga? I smell cabbage.
What's cooking Caribbean? Churches so hard as a gross.
Yo, they got cabbage in the back here? How much that shit cost? That is Trey little horny ass, just horny as fuck.
Damn,
Fucking tables.
He's getting flamed like crazy. This shit
Nigga
my
put his
soul.
boner in his waistband with his nasty ass, man.
Thanks, Rico. Appreciate that. Appreciate that damn transition. But no, so we was at Truth Lounge on Sunday after we got done recording the pod, and it was a karaoke bar. I mean, they had karaoke
night. Yeah.
Yeah, so me and Dre was like, bro, let's go up there and do karaoke.
Oh yeah, you know we with the shit.
Oh yeah, and
Karaoke King is back, everybody.
Lily didn't think we were gonna do that shit, and then she ended up doing karaoke too. But I was like, yo, let's go up there and do "Nice and Slow" by Usher.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So we went up
No,
there.
you didn't say that. I made that suggestion.
Okay, bro. Damn, dude, ugly ass want credit with his.
damn, yo, if y'all would have said karaoke, cause remember, cause
No,
Bobby,
we didn't know.
Bobby was. I'm saying when y'all was down there, y'all was like, yo, it was karaoke night.
Yeah.
Cause me and Bobby would have pulled up, but
Nah,
at that time I was like too damn tired.
Now you know how I get down when I get karaoke. I just try to take the entire stage by storm.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I did.
Oh,
So
yeah, he definitely did.
I was singing my damn heart out.
Oh, we both were singing our heart out, but Trey took that shit to another level.
I took it because I was watching the crowd reaction. I'm like, oh damn.
You said, so I'm gonna fuck this table just to get a crazier reaction.
Hell yeah! I was like, wait, they don't think I'm because I was like, yo, Mac and the Hanging podcast. It's 7 o'clock. Megan Hagen podcast. I just kept going through.
Let's go on promo crazy.
Hell yeah! I was like, yo, make sure y'all catch us at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays, and then once they got to the
on Tuesdays. Hey, we release on Tuesdays.
yeah, my bad. Tuesdays, but no, I forgot it.
Stupid.
And I'm the one that's dropping this shit. But nah, I'm like, oh, I thought it was Wednesday. But nah, so we got to like the freaky part of the song when he's like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Right after he spell his name out. Shit.
It was like U.S. I was
This nigga forgot all the words to spell his name out, so he just started freestyling promo.
No, not the.
He forgot the Usher little rap breaking that shit.
Hell
He started freestyling podcast.
I was like, this Megan Hagen podcast when I'm on the 3. I was going in, and then once he got the ooh part, I'm like, I got something for y'all. Y'all gonna remember this shit. So I started humping the hell out of this.
That's when he started fucking the table.
It was
That's when it starts smelling like cabbage.
That's when it started stinking in that motherfucker.
Yo, dirty ass in that bitch stinking. Fuck out of here.
It started smelling like pure cabbage and hot.
Hell no. His ugly ass was just getting. This nigga was just getting outshined.
It
This
smelled
shit.
like cabbage.
Dude turned into
Louisiana's
this nigga turned into
this nigga stank as fuck.
this nigga turned into my damn background dancer and shit.
I was definitely the background dancer. Trey took the funk. He took the show. Like we was bro, at the beginning, like we was going head for head because we both were singing like soulful shit, like we had vocals and
Pretty
shit.
much.
Yeah.
Nigga
Me
was
and Trey was going crazy together, and then this nigga just started dancing and fucking shit.
Yeah.
But hey,
Once Trey started dancing and having sex with inanimate objects and shit, I just fell off. I couldn't hold the shit in.
My theory was, I was like, all right, if I promote the pod, will they remember? I'm like, if I promote the pod and I do some wild shit at the same time, then I'm like, remember that dude was humping the table? He said he was from what podcast again?
Yeah.
That's all I was
That's the
thinking.
nigga be fucking tables and shit.
Yeah. So if y'all are a listener from Truth That Night, appreciate y'all for following the pod.
Yeah, shout out True.
Yeah,
We had
shout out to
we had
y'all.
a decent little time. Drinks was affordable.
Hey, I go
What's
next
up,
week
y'all?
Sunday. Of me and my girl, cool. I'll fuck around, fuck with y'all.
Yeah, boom boom.
Hell yeah. What about you, Rico? What you end up getting into?
My weekend was alright.
Dude, I smell like cabbage. So I get a boner, I start smelling like cabbage. What the fuck?
I said that, bro. Like, give me my credit.
I said dude, bro. It wasn't a name.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rico. How was your weekend?
Weekend was alright and shit. I might be in the doghouse too and shit.
Man.
What you do?
Nothing. My wife was just trying to strong arm me, basically tell me I better be home at a certain time, and I'm like, I try. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can't guarantee we're gonna be done at a certain time. I'm like,
Rico, you better stop playing. Tierra gonna take out the big belt on your ass.
she might.
then it's a real
Yeah.
problem.
You don't want to get your glasses knocked out like I did.
She gonna be like, yo, go get that belt that's in the
I'm
back.
trying to.
Go get the big belt.
No, the belt that she hide in her big purse.
I'm trying to explain to her. and
No,
shit,
that Rico hiding her big purse. So she can't find
He
it.
hit all the gator skin
Oh,
belts.
yeah, so he can get no whoopings with his soft ass.
I was trying to. This is true. I was trying to tell her, I was like, we be cool. I'm like, but it all depends on when Nike pull up and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went
She
off.
wasn't trying to hear that shit at all and shit. So
Expectations.
other than that, yeah, that's how. Other than that, my weekend was pretty mild. Oh, Aladdin was pretty lit too. By the
Yeah,
way.
Aladdin's a dope ass movie.
Aladdin was pretty lit.
I heard Will Smith was like, he was the genie version of Hitch in there.
Yo, he was.
He
He bodied that
off and
shit.
Damn, I gotta see.
I didn't know it was gonna be that good. I was like totally surprised. Like me and Bobby was watching that shit like crazy.
I thought I was gonna fall asleep on that shit. I
thought I was. So I was like, yo, this shit too damn corny. That shit was amazingly done.
Y'all the first person to tell me this shit was dope. Everybody else told me it was garbage.
Yeah, they fucking
Yeah, they ain't
losers.
got no fucking imagination.
Facts.
We're gonna do got a big ass imagination. He's like, technically, dragons can't be real because I seen one in my dream. Dude, that's just a big ass kid. He still thinks Santa real. I leave him milk and cookies. Shit, I don't know. My mom, she always go to sleep and then cookies be gone. No, because your ass wake up and eat it with your crazy ass. Yeah, man.
So we gonna be sleepwalking, eating Santa cookies. Big nigga problem is just sleep, eat.
Hey, no, he hide his tooth under his pillow. He fuck around, and eat his tooth at night. Like, that shit gone. I don't know where that shit went. Nah, you ate it.
Ain't no money, it's just a pool of saliva.
This nigga's sick, bro.
Leftovers, that's gross.
This is what kind of pie we having tonight, huh?
Rico, you
shit's funny.
disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
This is what kind of pie we gonna have tonight, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you, Trey? What about your weekend?
Hey, my week was hard as hell and shit. And Tay had her graduation party, so
Yeah, shout out to Tay.
Shout out to Tay, man.
Doing big things out here. Doing big things out
sorry,
here.
yeah.
I'm sorry y'all missed it.
Yeah, sorry we missed that shit.
I was really looking forward to it too.
No, yeah, I had convinced.
I'm just playing.
Nah, Bobby, she was down with going and shit, but and we had a sitter, but then I was like, man, fuck it. Cause like the sitter was like, I don't want to. Well, Bobby's mother, she didn't want to stay overnight with the baby, cause we was gonna stay the night like fuck out there. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I could have made it happen, but I'm like, yo, if I go there by myself, it's gonna look stupid. I was about to friends with nobody but their daughters.
I was about to suggest.
Oh no,
you would have had a good
you would have had a
time.
good ass time.
I was about to suggest because
No, they're
could've
good.
made it
They're
happen.
good at like making you feel a part of it and shit. They're good at that shit.
Yeah, I could have made it happen. I'm just like, yo, that'd look crazy.
No, 'cause
I just pop up by myself. And
I mean, you know, shit,
they know all y'all but me.
They know you too.
Not the parents. They don't.
Nah, they cool as hell.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
parents.
Yeah, parents are damn cool.
Hell yeah, but no, you could have went because Leslie was still here and she didn't leave till like 5.
Nah, I mean, I had a way. Like I could have got up there. I was like, nah, fuck that. I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, so I mean that happened. What else? Work was busy as hell. We got crazy ass new clients, so I got hella shit going on after this. Like real work I got to get to after this pod, so might not be able to edit it on time. So I got that, and then
It's cool. I don't post till Wednesday anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know you don't, bro. I be dude got like 600 followers. I'm like, bro, you grew. I was just telling. I was like, Dre, you grew your Instagram page so damn fast. This dude had. I think he just got on Instagram like 2 months ago.
Well, I reopened it.
Yeah, he always had Instagram.
I reopened it.
How many followers did you start out with though?
When I reopened it, I think it was like 300. I just went following a bunch of people. I went to 90 page.
But you still got
all
like
the girls
3
on 90 page.
Oh, I see what you did.
And then they followed me, and then just people I know and shit.
Yeah.
I followed.
Because
found them.
I've been trying to think of like all type of creative ways of like growing the pod and like getting this out there even more.
That's
Oh yeah,
another
no,
thing.
it's a bunch of thirsty tricks I can teach you and shit.
Oh yeah, hit me with some, bro. What the hell? Especially for the pod, it's all of us. I was like telling Dre like, yo, you got too many followers. I feel like all you gotta do is be like, attention all followers. I'm a part of this podcast. He'd be like, yo, I listen to this.
do.
Yeah, you do sometimes.
No, that's a good ass point that you bringing up and shit. Shout out to everybody doing their part on the pod. I've been reaching out to other pods like a motherfucker trying to collaborate and shit. So next week I'll be on another pod. Make sure I put our stamp on that shit.
Don't let us down, bro.
I ain't my nigga.
Don't let us down, Rico.
Hold on. Don't Alex the situation, bro. Because Alex fucked us over.
I could never do that, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that and then after I was trying to figure out ways to grow in the pod, then Saturday night I just pretty much watched
When they see us.
Yeah, I'm about to say How They See Us.
Yeah, you want to say that bad as
I was like, oh, how? But yeah, I was watching that, cried, but well, not cried. I was just pissed. I was doing push-ups.
Yeah, nah,
I started fighting the wall.
That's some emotional shit. And I only seen half of it so far, but yeah.
And that's all you did Saturday too? You just was...
No, so Saturday. I don't know. Well, I was kicking it. I was like, you niggas hit us in the group text like, yo, watch this shit so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I seen it. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna watch that shit anyway. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just watch it tomorrow. I'm thinking that shit on like an hour or two.
Yeah.
That shit 4 hours and shit.
Yeah,
so,
shit 4 hours.
so last night I decided to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Instead, it was a horrible decision.
Yeah.
Because that movie was god awful.
Yeah, I'll say after watching that, we don't get into it, but after watching that, I had to watch something lighthearted to like sleep better. So I had to watch How I Met Your Mother just to go to sleep. Bro. I'm like, I need to laugh 2 or 3 times because this shit got me angry as hell.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but so let's get into it though. We all watched When They See Us on Netflix.
I only watched half of it.
Well, yeah.
So I'm gonna dive in and out of these conversations so they don't fuck it up for me.
Yeah, because we don't want to spoil what happened when boy, no, I'm just playing. Just
yo. Once you
we gotta talk about it.
That's not what I just said. Yeah, I said once y'all talk about it, I'm gonna dive in and out. So like I'm gonna leave out the room. Y'all gonna talk about it, then we gonna come back.
Yo, and it's crazy thing because after like this is a thing you watch once. Like I watch the whole thing. I'm never watching shit ever.
Oh yeah, no, it's like shit like that. You can't keep watching.
So let me explain. So if you haven't seen, it's this series on Netflix. It's about the
Central Park 5.
Central Park 5. Yeah. It happened in New York City. Where it's about how
based on the true story.
Yeah, based on
of the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like 5 kids that got falsely accused of raping a white woman that was a jogger in Central Park.
Yeah.
As well as maiming her.
Yeah, and all of them were like 14, 15, 16.
It was like, yeah.
Yeah. So the first part is, what did you guys think of the overall doc? And you can just tell us what you thought of just the first two episodes.
Well, I was kind of familiar with the situation, yeah, with the case from before. My homegirl Mel put me on it, and like I kind of knew about it, and then like watching it, seeing like some of the details that went on in the case, yo, that's just sick, yo. Like it really threw me off. Like I was telling you niggas, like yo, that like the way they was moving and like the way they was trying to portray like these black kids, like the way they wasn't even giving them a chance. Like I said, it's the type of shit that make you kind of hate society. Yeah. Like not even society, just like human beings. It shows you like how like the government that we like trust in, like how it's kind of a business. Right. Like her biggest thing wasn't even like getting justice. It was just making sure like something got done. Yeah. Like, that's sick, yo.
Yeah. So before I even get into like how I felt about the situation, I'll say that the cast did an amazing job.
Yeah, they bodied that shit.
Yeah, the cast
shout out to crazy, the director and executive producer Ava DuVernay. She destroyed that shit.
Word. That was hard, man. And it's dope that you even put something like this together. Yeah. I mean, it's super late, and it's a tough time to put this out. And I commend her for that, yo. This is a super tough time to put it out.
I tip my hat to Netflix, fam. Netflix, like, fucking 5 for 5 with these documentaries.
I wouldn't say. I just say I tip my hat up to who they're hiring, because a lot of the like they're trying to get a lot of the black executives.
When I say I tip my hat to Netflix, I tip my hat to Netflix for taking the approach to give them the opportunity to do it and shit.
The initiative,
because they could have they could have went to HBO. They could have went to a lot of places.
No, but they they gave Ava like $100 million like deal.
And I wouldn't. With Netflix. I don't really too much tip my hat to Netflix, because Netflix is just a corporation that capitalizes.
That's just the platform.
Yeah, and they capitalize off of any situation. So in their mind, they don't care about social justice more so than it's going to bring in viewers, subscribers. Like they don't care about what's doing.
Yeah, but a lot of networks don't take stuff like this though.
Bro,
no, I say it's a lot, dude, because they had a docu-series about the Atlanta killers when they was killing all them black kids. They had that, so that was dope too. That's some shit I watched one time. I never watched it again, but that was dope as fuck too by Will Packer.
So one thing I would say about that is like, right now this is the time for like networks and all that to capitalize off of Injustice. Like Injustice is like big box documentaries, like big box sales and all that.
So if they were smart, that shit would have been on like ABC or NBC and shit.
No, but I'm saying, if NBC would have gave Ava that money and shit, but Ava, she's the one that like, yo, I'ma tell these kids stories or these adult stories.
That's what I was gonna say, yo. If she would have went to like a network, yo, it would have been way too limited. Yep. Like her like actual view on it would have been way too small.
But that's exactly why I said I'm shouting out Netflix and shit. They giving her the opportunity to explain the story exactly how it needs to be explained.
Here's what we were saying. Anybody would have probably HBO would have green lighted that. Facts. Showtime would have green lighted that. Stars would have green lighted that. Any cable network, FX would have green lighted that story. Like,
straight up.
You know what I mean? I just think Netflix threw her the most bread.
FX kind of.
No, they did the OJ.
They did the OJ shit though.
I'm saying they be with it.
Yeah,
like they'll give you clearance to get a lot of shit off.
Yeah.
All right, but we could dig into the
and one more thing before we jump off. I respect the fact that how they was like how they show how greasy Donald Trump was through that whole situation. They didn't like try to like play it off because of the president and
super
shit.
Fast.
I respect that so crazy.
They use original footage. Original footage.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it was no actor.
That was the only part that had original footage. From what I've seen so far.
Insane.
That was dope, yo. I enjoyed it.
I was as close to saying fuck Donald Trump on Twitter, and I was like, nah, let me relax. He is a president.
He's a president.
Man, fuck him.
Alright, yo, go put that on Twitter. You can say it right now, but you can't put that shit on Twitter.
Nah, fuck Donald Trump.
I'll put it on Twitter.
Alright.
I said fuck.
Yo, Donald.
I'm definitely gonna say fuck Donald Trump.
I mean, Farrakhan doesn't have any type of power like Trump does.
That's not what I'm saying. Okay, so I wasn't saying it on.
Wait, what?
No, that's not what I'm saying, Najee. So I'm saying it on behalf, like, I'm saying that I would say fuck Farrakhan, and that's only because my own personal opinions of this man. Like, but I don't fuck with Farrakhan.
Oh, nah, he did a lot for the black community.
He be doing some greasy shit. But I'm saying that to say like he does do more for the black man.
Yeah, he does do a lot of fuck shit though.
That's what I'm saying. Then Donald Trump does.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the fact that I would say that about him, I would definitely say that about Dog, and then just deal with the repercussions and shit.
What they gonna be in jail like fuck?
No, I'm not gonna go to jail. I said fuck Donald Trump.
Let me put it like,
as long as I don't threaten that man's life, I'm good.
Hold on, let me put it like this to you. watch episode 3 and 4.
Why IG not in prison?
No, I'm saying watch. I'm talking about you saying like
Because he's a figure though.
So
Don't make a difference.
once you watch episode 3 and 4 of this doc.
I know my law. I know
And you see how terrible prison is for little light skinned niggas like yourself.
that was back in the 80s, and you definitely getting fucked in prison.
Oh hell no, bro! Fuck out of here! I'm dying.
Hey,
Bro.
I'm 80% sure Trey. Out of all 4 of us, you getting fucked.
Bro,
the
I
most
can
and
fight
shit.
like hell and shit.
No,
I don't know
you
about
can't-
your
you- but you
ass.
can't
All right, bro.
fight
We get on a tangent like
bro,
shit.
nah, because now I want to hear about Trey getting raped in prison and shit.
That's just sick, bro.
That's just sick.
But yo,
Let's move forward.
But yo, when I watched that shit, I cried like fuck. G, I ain't gonna hold you. I was crying like a fucking baby. I never cried that much ever in my life. Even like at funerals that I go to, I never cry at all. And doing this shit, I was crying like shit because I was thinking about like, damn.
But it hit like home.
Yeah, that shit hit crazy because I was like, yo, they could have been like that could have been any one of us and shit.
This group right here.
Yeah, it could have been any one of us.
It was that for you. Then you had a
Like my
your
nephew,
went through similar
my,
shit. You
my
got
other
You got
nephew.
a newborn son.
Yeah, my son,
you gotta
like my
raise in
cousins.
this- You got to raise in this.
Yeah,
world.
and then like the little niggas
Sick,
that I live at now, like when they grew up and they got older and shit, them niggas went to jail too over some bullshit. Because one of the cops did rough up one of my nephews. So and then one of the cops roughed up Will brother too and shit. So like all that shit was just hitting home at once.
Yeah, it just got me. I was just so angry how the prosecutor was coming at like she didn't not the what was the detective
The head detective.
the head detective how she was painting a picture of the 5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
She just automatically she didn't care if nothing added up, like if the evidence didn't match, if anything didn't go together. She was trying to figure out ways for it to make it seem as if these kids committed this crime.
Right.
And I was just watching. I'm like, yo. The moment, because I get why she or Ava DuVernay, what's her name? Ava
DuVernay.
DuVernay. Yeah, I see why she titled it that, because it was like the head detective. She wanted to paint that picture just because that's how she saw black kids.
And that Central Park 5, that title alone hit like shit.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
and it's just like that's how they see. Like,
Especially because after all that time, these niggas just got justice. And
Yeah.
shit. Like recently,
Like
within the last
2014.
within 5 years, they just got justice from some shit that happened 20 years ago.
Facts.
yeah. As soon as you see like anybody black in the court system, how they start painting that picture just by you just being there, you automatically look guilty. Like, there's no way you can arrest Obama, throw him in like the court system, and like have him like standing there in trial. He automatically look guilty to a jury just because of his color of his skin. Like, it's just insane, man. So hold on, because I just want to make sure that the audience is tracking before we go all the way into it. So there was a white woman jogging in it was Central Park, right?
Yeah, Central Park.
Yeah, so it was a white woman jogging in Central Park. She was brutally beaten and raped. It was a bunch of it was like what, 200 or 100 kids in the park.
It probably was like 70 kids, probably.
So it was like 70 black kids.
I was probably like 50. You want that many kids?
Well, it was like 50 or 60. I mean, it was a lot of black kids.
Yeah,
in
a
the
lot of
park.
black and brown kids.
Yeah, a lot of black and brown kids in the park, right? So they always would go to the park just to like
run around. Just do young
run
nigga
around,
shit.
talk shit.
Young kid shit.
Yeah, just talk with their homeboy, just talk about chicks, whatever, just like having a good time or whatever.
Yeah.
So the rape occurred during the same time as the time all of the kids was at the park.
Mm-hmm.
So the head detective, they end up correlating that the kids and the lady was at the park at the same time. So they were just like, they didn't want to do any real detective work. In their mind, it was like,
Just solve this case.
yeah, let's solve this case. Black kids in the park, somebody get raped, these kids did it. So they only found 5 of them, and they automatically assume, they don't even assume, they just try to figure out ways of getting these 5 to.
And hold on. And side note, why the fuck, yo, white people. So this is a weird thing about white people. Their reality is so fucking different from like people that know what's going on. Why the fuck are you fucking jogging in the park that fucking late? That's so fucking stupid.
It's not even that.
But I was just saying, but that's just so stupid. That's not smart. And she was by herself. But continue.
You should be able to jog whenever the fuck you want.
Not Central Park and New York around that time.
But to what Trey said is
Not
one
smart.
thing that's incorrect, right? So they caught more than just those 5 people, but that's who they kind of narrowed down to. We gonna blame it on these niggas, like, and that's what was gross about it. But continue what y'all was saying, because y'all finna piss me off, and I'm finna hop on y'all last. But go ahead.
What? No,
that's a dumbass question. But go ahead. Give y'all opinion.
No, all right, that's what I'm. So all I'm saying is like not. So after we already established why and what happened, whatever. So now after they caught these 5 little kids, who assisted the cops more in tying the case? Was it Corey, or was it the pops, or was it Kevin?
So I think it was Corey because like he went down there just because what's the guy named Yusuf, because they was just outside and the cops would just question all the kids in the neighborhood, and it was like, oh, you're on the list. Yusuf was on the list, and Yusuf is like the fucking academic scholar type of kid and shit. And he was like, you on the list, so come with us. And then the guy Corey, he just went down to the precinct just with his friend just because
just being a good friend.
Yeah, just being a good friend and shit, because he was just I'm just gonna wait for him while they question him, then we're gonna hit it.
The reason why he went with him in the first place, because that's my nigga. You know,
so what's your answer, bro?
So I think it's more Corey than the pops.
I think I would say the pops, but only why I say the pops because of his answers in court, and because without Antoine's cooperation, because remember he was like, say whatever the cops want you to say.
It's Antron.
Antron, yeah. Without Antron's cooperation, because like Antron,
and real quick, it is Corey Wise. That's
Corey Wise, okay.
Yeah.
So without Antron's testimony, because before Antron kept saying, I didn't do it, I had nothing to do it, I wasn't even around, and then his pops came back, he said, whatever the cops want you to say, you say it. Mm-hmm. And then in court, they used exactly that scenario from what his pops said, and it was like, so you mean to tell me you, a person that's been to prison, understanding what it's like to go through this system, you're telling me that you told your son to say that he knew he's seen something happen in the park and blame it on someone else, but he had nothing to do with it, and to trust everything he said. But you're saying that what your son said was a lie, but you're trying to tell us that everything is true. So I think his pops assisted in sending them all to prison, bro.
Your explanation is dumb. Rico, what you think, B?
Don't say my explanation. Hey, bro, have a combo without insulting you piece of shit, bro.
That's gonna be very hard. That's gonna be very hard.
You said, man, you ain't shit.
I feel like the dad fucked up a lot. Like, basically what Naj and Trey had said about his statement and everything in court, like, that was, like, real tough. Like, and what we was talking about earlier, how you was saying how you kind of understood how he was, like...
Don't even get in that. We asking what you think.
Yeah, like...
I'm trying to tell you what I was saying and shit. Okay. I got what you were saying.
Yeah, don't bring up me, because I'm going to tell y'all what I think and how I think about all y'all opinions.
You about to just insult us.
Fuck dude and shit.
So go ahead, Rico.
He had said something along the lines earlier. He understood why his pops had did what he did and why he stayed away. And then it didn't dawn on me till he actually said that shit. Like, his dad really did fuck him. Like, when he was in the courtroom and they was questioning him and shit, I'm like, damn. He put his son in, like, a real fucked up position. Not only forcing him to lie, but then telling them to take his son's word for it in the midst of him lying and shit.
That, and before that, they didn't have anything. Because remember when the cops were talking and they were like, we need two of these dudes to tie this whole thing together. His son wasn't helping him tie it at all. When his dad came back in the room and said, just say whatever they want, they had one of those. Mm-hmm. They just needed one more, and that was Corey. But if they didn't never got Antoine, this whole thing would have been thrown out.
Okay. So it's my turn now.
Go. The floor is yours.
No, I just feel like, all right, when it comes to the pops, I feel like y'all are completely wrong.
Okay.
Only because I honestly feel like the verdict would not have changed at all if he didn't do it. And that's why I don't think he played an intricate role at all. I feel like if he did not go on the stand, if we never got that part of the trial, if he didn't do it, he never popped back up, they still would have been convicted. They still would have been found as guilty. Just hear me out. So I don't feel like he played any role. I don't feel like he helped them at all. I agree with that. I feel like it was more. I agree with Najee. If I have to choose somebody, it was Corey. Only because Corey was so scared. He made the his fear made him seem way more
guilty.
I was looking for a different word, but yeah.
Cabbage. I'm just thinking about the cabbage. Every time I catch a boner, I just like cabbage. Keep going.
His fear made him seem way more guilty than he really was, and ultimately that made everybody else look worse than they were. It made everybody else's story seem more believable than it was because of his story. So if I had to pick somebody, I would say Corey. But I don't feel like the father had I don't feel like he hurt anything because I don't think the verdict would have changed at all with the jury if he didn't say anything.
Check me out though.
Only because hold on, I'm gonna say this before I let you go. Only because even though he said that, the two cops that interviewed the boys had completely different stories, and they're the ones that, like, ultimately the interviews was what got the boys convicted. So if we're telling them the people that are interviewing don't know what was going on and had and omitted things that actually happened during the interview, don't know what the fuck they're talking about, they not on the same page, how can that hold truth versus some random civilian saying, yo, hey, my son know what he talking about. He said no first, but this is what y'all got because I told him to say it. Like that, I don't feel like that had any implication on the actual jury's verdict.
All right, here's why I feel like the Pops was major. One, so looking at it from the jury perspective, the Pops and what was his son's name?
That's Entron.
Oh yeah, Entron. Yeah. So the Pops and Entron, Entron was the only kid that had his parents in the room.
Both of the parents, yeah.
Both his parents in the room. Mm-hmm. So the jury's thinking like, all right, if both of his parents is in the room, wouldn't they, just out of just common sense, wouldn't the parents be like, yo, you didn't do none of this. You know what I mean? You're not admitting, we know what happened. We know what's true. But I feel like,
but listen, right? But no, just one second. One real quick interjection. The cop that interviewed him told them that he told them multiple times that he was not innocent. I mean, that he was innocent.
Right. So here's what I'm about to say though. So let's say the Pops never,
when the parents weren't in the room.
Well, I'm talking about when the parents were still in the room, right?
I'm saying that's what. So he did that when the parents weren't in the room. After his daddy told him to say this, now he's telling them this.
Right. So I'm talking about, remember before his dad said that, he just kept saying,
y'all could have won this case, sir.
No, because I was thinking,
y'all could have won this.
I could have won this. No, check this out.
Hell yeah.
No, because I was thinking. So I'm watching this. I'm like, yo, because they needed they needed two main pictures because they would have had a bunch of off stories. But let's say the dad never came in the room because the kid, he was finna stick to his original story.
Yeah, no, he was with it.
So check this out. Because that was the first domino that fell. So without him, if he would have stayed his story the same, they would have even never grabbed Corey. Because remember, they didn't grab Corey because they had just got him to start. Remember, they was like, all right, we got this last piece. Now we need one more little fuck to tie it all.
No,
together.
they grabbed Corey because they lost, what's the other homie?
That Yusan?
Yeah, but think about...
They lost Yusan.
So think about this, though. If they would have never got, I forgot his name, Entron. If they would have never got dude, they would have never grabbed Corey at all because they would have, the black dude, they would have never had him either. So by the father telling him to go in and just say whatever they wanted, it set the domino path for the entire everything. Because once they got him, they was like, they got another part of the story they can get, so they end up getting Corey. And then to add a little cherry on top when his father went on the stand, that was like everything they needed to convince the jury that whatever, because they would kept asking him like, yo, you willing to...
My bad. His name is Yusuf Salam.
Yeah,
Yusuf.
We call him nigga Yusan. My bad.
Yusuf. Okay.
Yeah, Yusuf.
But no, they was pretty much. So his dad was a cherry on top because he started the domino effect, but then he was also the cherry on top because when he went to the stand, the defense was trying to paint the picture that you willing to say whatever to not go to jail. Okay. And then when he was on stand and he said, "I know my son. I know." What he say? He said. I told him just to lie, just to go home, and then it was just like they were trying to get that whole narrative of like you willing to lie to go home. So he helped paint that picture, and it was like, "Are you the main one in the room when we left, and you was in there with your son? He probably told you what happened, and now you tell him to just lie, and now you're gonna continue to tell him to lie, and that's why the defense was like."
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
All right,
that's only why I think it's the father.
No, and I feel that. And I'll ask you a question about that. So based on that trial. And all of the inconsistencies through that trial. Right. Do you think if he didn't go on trial, they would have got off?
Yeah. I think if he didn't...
I honestly
think that? Let me explain why. Can I explain why before you go jump down? Because like...
I know. You
been calling me clown this shit. No, but here's...
Because you a bozo.
No,
that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Here, check me out. Because I'm saying without the dad having a part in this whole case... They wouldn't even been in that. They would have had to go find some more kids because like they couldn't tie it together without his help.
Rico, do you think if the dad went on trial that they would have got that they would have got off?
No,
honestly,
they probably would have still been trying to push the issue a little bit. The dad made the situation worse.
No, what I'm saying, and not just on trial. I said if the dad wasn't involved in the beginning process.
Oh
either.
no.
We talking. I thought you specifically talking about.
Oh no, I'm talking about his overall impact on this entire thing. I feel like that's what I was just talking about. His overall involvement.
I think Lil Man still would have broke.
I don't think so.
I think Antron
that's why they told his mother to leave. They're like, yo, you gotta leave, because his mother was like, yo, you're not agreeing to shit.
Yeah, and he kept saying no.
Yep.
Well, actually, I mean,
I think Antron would have broke.
If we keeping it a bean, like Corey was the last piece and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Corey was the last piece right before they even went into the trial thing.
What was the initial piece? The initial thing that set Corey to go grab Corey though
was losing Yusuf.
Yeah.
No,
because when he left,
when they lost Yusuf, it was like, yo, no, we need more.
We need more than that.
Think about they would have lost Yusuf and they would have lost the little dude. With
So if Antron, if his parents would have been like, no, you ain't asking no questions,
right.
You gotta get a lawyer.
That's what I'm saying.
Him and Yusuf, they both would have been them two people. They would have been at home chilling. They would have had to go get more kids.
They would have had no confession tape at all on Yusuf or Antoine. But they ended up, when the dad told him that, he got a confession tape from his son. Yusuf had, or not Yusuf.
All of them had a confession tape.
But if it wasn't those two, it only would have been 2 confession tapes. And then they end up having 4 instead of, you know what I mean? So I just think the dad played a part. Altogether, it's a messed up situation.
It's fucked up. So because the confession tape fucked them all up. Because like I would thought, like in the movie, whatever, in the series, they made it seem like their confessional tapes was like you can tell that shit was coerced like fuck. When you just put that shit up on YouTube, the actual footage of them interrogating that Corey, that shit looked like that shit wasn't coerced at all.
Oh no! Again, like I said, you gotta watch the whole thing. Like
no, but like you said, like I do have to watch the whole thing because his story was inconsistent.
It was like I said, it's a very like the tape is a semi long interview, and like he continuously switches up the story, and like he gets more and more nervous through it, like through the actual interview process. And this is the actual like interview on YouTube. I tried to show these niggas before the podcast, but it's like way too long.
Should parents like should we teach? Well, should parents teach their kids about like what and what not to say?
That's not really a question.
No, should parents teach kids about like laws and like, how to deal with the cops?
You should definitely teach your kids. No. I'm saying that's just not really a question. Like you should definitely teach your kids their rights early these days. But like the way society is now, like it's no reason not to, yo. Like we in a fucked up place right now. Yo.
I'm teaching my kid to have all your shit on the dashboard with your hands up.
Well, not even that.
Not even that. You gotta do all that.
Just like your actual rights, like what you are civilly able to do in the United States of America. Like you should know what you should know what those
like
are.
You don't even have those kind of laws. Like,
no, hold on. Do not tell your kid that shit.
I'm not telling my kid that. What I'm saying is, being black almost you don't even have that shit.
No, okay. So here's what I'm saying. Because I'm not trying.
Yeah, you gonna make it seem scary for your kid and shit. Yo.
What you want to lie to your kid about a reality that they gonna live in?
No, not that because
I will never lie to my kid about a reality that they gonna.
No,
live
but I'm
in.
saying I can only tell my kid of experience. I never dealt with like an asshole cop. So I can't talk for a lot of people, a lot of black people that dealt with that experience.
All right.
So I can just tell my kid like, yo, you get pulled by the cops, don't be how Dre was one time. It was me, Dre, and E, and Dre started going out the mouth.
Oh yeah, I'm going off in the ass.
Yeah, so don't make that mistake.
I'm not wrong. No, you're not finna fuck.
No, but I'm saying like if don't make that mistake, just be calm, collected, pull your license out. And then they gonna either write you a ticket or let you the fuck go.
That's not what
if you're not wrong, don't let nobody tell you.
But that's
wrong.
not what I'm saying.
No, and that's life though. That shit real.
No,
because you ain't for the put me on the what's that. If you not wrong, don't let nobody tell you wrong.
No, I'm talking about you getting put over. I ain't talking about anything else.
Still,
so that's
if
not,
we got put over for some bullshit, don't do that.
But that's not what I'm.
We gonna see Dre beyond me shot 13 times by a cop and shit.
Possibly, we're not talking about that. Trey, we talking about something else.
I rebuke that, bro. But nah, here's what I'm saying. Though. I'm not talking. I'm saying like. Because nowadays, it's not just that you have to tell your kid how to deal with a cop when you're getting pulled over. It's like knowing these rights, knowing like you got a right to attorney. Explain to them what that means. Like if you're being questioned by a cop, understand that you don't have to answer the question. You know what I mean? Understand that you got you can either plead the fifth or you can, you know, have your right to attorney. Don't sign anything, but like understanding those laws. So like breaking it down to like the Miranda rights, but don't just like throw my hey kid here. Like you gotta make sure that like how they know their ABCs and all that shit. They need to understand all of their rights,
and then also
civil rights.
And then also make them understand that if they're underage, your parent has to be fucking there.
Right?
They can't interrogate you. They can take you in for questioning. You don't even have to act. You necessarily don't even have to fucking talk.
Hey,
and they can only keep you for a certain amount of time before they have to let you go because they don't have a probable cause.
Is that that 16-year-old shit still like legit? Like that's
no, you got to be 18
now.
Yes, because
I'm saying back then. So
that's been around for a long ass time, I think.
Okay.
Because even in the we was watching that shit.
So you can't waive your rights to.
No, all that shit is void after it's like your parent be like, yo, take all this shit because you can confess to a murder. You can be 15, confess to a murder.
No, they were saying that 16.
No, but I'm saying like if you're like 15,
so
no, because Kevin was 14 and he confessed. He gave the waiver to. Well, his sister did the waiver shit.
Yeah,
but
and that's what I was saying. The whole question was like, it's not about our rights and like we don't really have. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying for them to have a basic understanding of what these rights are, how they work, how to interact with cops in in like a interrogation room, in like in your car, all that shit. Like
I'm telling my kids both sides, good and bad. Like
oh no, you can tell them the good, and then if it doesn't go the right, then tell them the bad.
A kid deserves to know both sides of the story and shit. Like fuck that.
Wait, what you mean? What are you talking? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
the reason he pulls you over because you black is because black people be killing people.
They be killing, they be stealing, they be drink a lot.
They be killing and raping.
What I'm saying,
it's a reason why they don't like us.
Yeah,
and shit.
that's because I'm saying, if you tell them that, that's whatever. All I'm saying is make sure they have a thorough ass understanding. They could just know that law part.
Don't tell your kids that. I was just playing.
What the shit Rico was talking about?
No, what I just said.
Yeah, but no, that's what I'm saying. Just like. Make sure they have a thorough. I don't care about like you black. They gonna do that. Blah blah blah. You gonna tell them that regardless. They gonna hear that all the time in school anyways. But
they ain't gonna hear that in school.
I mean, they're not gonna hear it in school, but they gonna hear mass stories of what happened to black people in the past.
No, you know how like when we was at MEC, we was always hear like you black, they all that type of shit. Like Mr. What's his name, Mr. Fisher and shit.
You'd be fortunate if you get a teacher that teaches.
But I want to go off on a tangent though. All I'm saying is like make sure. Not just like a brief, like, make sure you have the right to it. Like, break that shit down so they know exactly, like, just because they got you don't mean you have to say anything. You know what I mean?
So when I just...
But moving on. Should there be some type of penalty for cops that wrongfully accuse someone that didn't do anything? Like cops and lawyers and shit.
There should, but there would never be that, though. Because there's a lot of cops, especially a lot of dirty cops, like... For Meek Mill situation, when they said that Meek Mill had a gun, he pointed at the cop and that never happened.
Yeah,
I think something else that the cops did that they were doing some other dirty shit that they got caught up on, but they're not gonna get penalized for doing that shit to Meek Mill.
It's way too many laws that protects cops for that shit to happen.
Hypothetically, should there be?
I mean, we can't really speak on hypotheticals when like.
That's what
when the shit is happening today, it's no reason for it to be hypothetical. I'm saying like it's so many laws and so many loopholes to protect them that it's gonna be hard for that shit to come at least anytime within the next like 10 to 20 years.
True.
That shit was delicious. What you gotta say about this shit, Rico?
We don't do that shit no more. Shit trash.
Your ass out, bro.
Slap the shit out.
Hey, I was just gulping that shit, but no. What you gotta say about you probably didn't hear the question and shit because you over here fuming.
He's sweating so much.
Yo, I could take all three of them niggas. You got another thing coming, Rico. I'm hitting this nigga with that shit.
I was waiting for him to stand P. I was gonna fuck him up with this mic.
We gonna be stumping this shit out of Rico.
Rico been waiting to beat my ass for the last 2 months now.
I can see y'all niggas want some of me, bro. I ain't got my snapback today either. He didn't bring a snapback for the first time.
I've been waiting to beat my ass for 2 months and shit. And I don't know if I can take him at this point and shit. He got a lot of built up energy.
I I looked at this nigga, I seen pure fucking violence in his eyes, bruh. He's ready to cause some harm. God damn,
And I don't think I can take the nigga right now.
this nigga looking like old boy last night in fighting Joshua. He was looking angry as shit. Like, God damn, there's some pent up evil in that nigga.
That was Homer Simpson and Mike
Nah,
Tyson.
so the question was, do you think cops and lawyers that are part of a case that falsely accuse someone, should they experience some type of penalty for that shit?
I wish they would, but unfortunately, blue backs the blue. So
Facts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, to answer your question, yes, they should.
They should.
But we can't really see that shit happening no time
Right.
soon.
All right. Now, to transition out of this topic. So, I mean, because actually, you don't even have to leave the room because we not even finna spoil anything. We damn near done with that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
we are hour in. We've been doing this shit for we're a fucking hour in. This shit is hysterical. But no, so watching that series, and I was thinking about like, damn, surviving prison and all that shit. So, because I was watching, I'm like, yo, how the fuck do you survive prison? And audience, y'all just so happen to have two
ex-cons.
two ex-cons on the mic right now, and they'll give you a complete guide on how to survive prison. I'm gonna let Dre start off first. First, you gonna tell them what happened.
They thought it was Rico.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, Rico been in prison too, but it was for stealing ice cream.
From Madison's cafeteria with his sick ass.
He said, it wasn't me. It was John them. Hey, the shit he was just saying. He
He said it wasn't me, it was Rico. He told him this stuff on accident.
Because technically my name is Sneakerhead, so I ain't really telling myself there. Or he probably was like, no, it wasn't Rico. It was Sneakerhead, Wise Man. Start naming all his fucking abbeys and shit. Nah, so Drake, start off telling your experience, how you survived. You said you had to fight off a nigga that was like 6'9" and shit.
Oh no, that's not what I said at all.
He said, you ain't gonna take these cookies, not today. All right, go, bro.
Nah, so I got in a little situation. The shit I got interrogated for or whatever.
Wait, what year was this?
Oh wait.
2008,
Yeah.
18.
I lied. I was in jail for a week. I lied, told everybody I had the flu and shit. So
And just to clarify, he wasn't in Holdings. He was in real ass jail.
county jail, yeah.
Well,
I've never been to prison, by the way. Yeah. But yeah, so oh no, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Number one, I was pissed off.
right.
But you can't really be pissed off in there because you take your energy off on the wrong nigga. You might get fucked up.
Right.
So
So day one, what went through your mind? You was like, all right, nigga, try me. What's up? Like, what was
no,
going
day
on?
one I didn't know what was going on still.
Yeah.
Like I was still looking at like what was finna happen. So like I was petrified, like to this, like completely scared.
Right.
So I'm in there like so like you gotta take a mug shot and shit.
you held that shit.
No, you gotta do that. You gotta do that shit. What the fuck wrong with you?
Oh no,
It's
you know,
like the 60s, nigga.
Yeah.
it's like cell block 8195678.
Nah, so you take your mug shot. And story behind that, I mean, real quick story for that shit. One of my, and this was some other shit. I tried to take a mug shot when I got arrested just one other time. I didn't go to jail for and shit. I tried to smile on the mug shot, and the cop told me I couldn't and shit.
Word.
Them niggas trying to make me look like a convict and shit, and that shit pissing me off to this day and shit.
Oh, they said you couldn't
They told me
smile.
I couldn't smile on my mug shot.
I'm
and
happy
shit.
you didn't smile. Whenever I see somebody smiling a mug
They look
shot,
guilty as fuck.
They look like a
psycho.
like they just got that murdering the whole family, bro. I'm like, yo, what the fuck dude happy for?
I was trying to smile like shit. I was drunk as fuck.
Hold on.
It was like some public intoxication shit.
Here, let me just throw my little 2 cents in. The best mugshot look petrified, because then they throw that bitch on the news.
And that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
So when I was in jail, I looked like the scariest nigga ever, right? So they put your mugshot on your wristband and shit, on your
shit.
booking band.
Yeah.
So like I'm in there and I'm sitting next to this one nigga and shit, right? So he looking at me and shit the whole time. He like, yo, bro, what the fuck you doing here? And shit. He like, you clearly ain't supposed to be in this motherfucker. I said, I'm not. I ain't do this shit. He like, nigga, ain't none of us do this. Ain't none of us supposed to be in here and shit.
Yeah.
So that happened. And like he ended up being cool and shit when I got in there. Like honestly, prison. I mean, I don't know about prison and shit because MSDF sounds scary.
Oh, yeah.
But jail wasn't really all that bad and shit. Like once I got like settled down and shit, like niggas was just in there trying to get the fuck out.
Yeah, that's everybody.
Everybody was cool.
Yeah.
I realized never play dominoes in jail if you ain't that nigga and shit. I was destroying dominoes and shit. It was cool. I ain't had no problem. I seen like niggas getting into it, but that was niggas that like didn't really realize what was going on and shit, trying to make a name for themselves in county jail like you finna be in there.
Yeah. No, so what I always heard is like, if you can't play spades, don't play spades in jail.
Oh, no, I was
bro.
good on spades. It was dominoes.
No, I'm just saying, but like if you somebody partner and you fuck them up, you can probably get jumped by the whole cell. And shit like,
Yeah, no, it was. I ain't had no problem with spades, but dominoes, like they was geeked. They was like, no, nigga, I want to sit behind dog ass, and that was getting destroyed. But so that happened, and then I don't know. Like I said, it was just stay to yourself, yo. Like ain't no reason to be talking to these niggas.
So
man.
just to recap, to survive in jail, play dominoes.
learn dominoes and be good at that shit, or don't play at all. Learn how to play spades.
and you kind of you know how people say like, yo, whenever you go to jail, just go on some like find the biggest nigga, go punch him in his face and let niggas know what's up. And
No,
shit.
you ain't gotta do that. You might get fucked up.
Facts.
No, I'm just saying because you said it was
These-
niggas that was trying to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
some of these niggas are hardened criminals. But yeah, but yeah, no, it was. I remember this one story and shit. So it was this one nigga. Actually, the nigga that that talked to me on my first day in, like you ain't supposed to be in here. So he like got in there and he was like acting all beastie and shit. Like I was in Walpine for 3 years, and so I guess Walpine's was like a real hard prison up north. And shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So niggas like, all right, nigga, shut up. So we like playing basketball and shit. It was like some big buff ass nigga who came out of nowhere. I don't even remember.
But you was in there playing ball too. You had a whole damn.
He said he was in there for a week.
I was in there for a week.
That's a long out. Yeah. I probably just would say to myself, I wouldn't been fucking with nobody. And
Yeah,
shit.
no, I was in there for a week.
Dude was just being part of the community and shit.
No,
He said,
no,
"Yo, we had dominoes next. What's up?"
I didn't eat or take showers that whole week.
Oh, yeah, that's
it was
what I
kind of gross. Like I was like mentally fucked up.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, so we in there hooping and shit, right?
Prison food ass.
Dog, shut your this nigga. This nigga Rico was gross. He been in prison destroying some shit.
No, I worked in the prison and shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What the fuck you working in prison and shit?
In Waukesha County.
Now you Rick Ross. This nigga Rico.
I worked
This nigga Rico
I
and
worked
Rick
in
Ross.
Waukesha County and shit.
Yeah, what year was that?
Like 2015.
Oh shit.
That was recent.
Yeah.
Then back to what I was saying.
Damn, that shit wild as
You
hell.
learn something new every day.
Hell yeah.
No, so
Nah, that shit just blew my mind actually, bro. Keep going.
I wait till he done. I'll
these
tell you some
niggas
shit.
Did you got a whole survival guy? If you worked in a fucking free, should be interviewing this nigga, not your dumb ass. What the fuck?
that's the only one I got.
Alright, bro. Let's rock.
So we hooping this shit, right? So nigga, this like the nigga that was hollering at me early got his shit through, right? He got pissed off because after that he lost the game, so he threw the ball and hit this big ass nigga, right? Like hit him on the leg. He didn't even hit him hard, just hit him on the leg and shit. The nigga started talking at this real little bitty ass voice, but nigga was like 6'6", like every bit of 305 muscle. Like, who the fuck hit me with that ball? So everybody looked at homie like, oh no. He's like, man, just pass the dog. Man, just pass the ball back. My bad. He said, no, nigga, apologize. He's like, man, I ain't fucking apologize.
Hey, when keeping it real goes wrong, you have to decide that moment and shit.
Pretty much, he's like, man, I ain't fucking apologizing, man. It was an accident. Just give me the ball back. He said, nah, nigga, you hit me with the ball. Apologize. So he was like, man, shut up, niggas. I guess they gotta be. He's like, I don't want these motherfucking glasses to fool you. I beat your ass. He took his glasses off and like put them on the whistle name and shit. And it took like 6 little bitty ass niggas to hold big dog back. Yeah, that was like the most action.
This nigga was in a real life.
That was like the most action I seen the whole time and shit.
That shit funny.
Yeah.
But the shit was cool.
No, it's funny because in that moment though, if you was that nigga, if a nigga threw the ball to you, you would have to react the same fucking way.
No, nigga threw the ball. Oh shoot! I got next.
Yeah, straight up.
I got next. That means I got next, right? Y'all ready?
Hell yeah. No, I think when I went to jail, I went to jail on some bullshit
I'm not gonna get shanked.
of driving without a license or whatever. Man, I was doing that like crazy back when I was working on at Best Buy way out in fucking Delafield. So I'm like getting off work, and I had like 2 days off. So I'm getting off work, going home. Then the cop pulled me over, like an Asian guy. He was like, "Fuck, man, like I gotta take you in. Like you got a warrant for your arrest." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So he took me in, whatever. I'm like steaming, like fuck, like this shit's like pathetic as hell. Cause I'm thinking like I'm going in with like the thoughts of going to jail. Like damn, I'm gonna have to fuck some nigga up right away and shit. I'm like damn, yo, I gotta fight somebody and shit. I'm like, all right, so I'm just like mentally preparing myself for this shit. So they had me in the holding room for a long ass time before I got booked. So I'm in there like cold as shit, like 4 other dudes in there, like they was exchanging or whatever, because I guess they had to clear out rooms. So I'm in that bitch booked like fuck. So I'm in there waiting. He was like, yo, you booked yet? I'm like, nah, I ain't get booked. He's like, all right, man, I'm gonna book you. So I had to change my clothes. I had to put on the orange outfit. I had to put on them itchy ass drawers and shit.
Oh,
I'm
no,
like,
I ain't put the drawers on.
yo, that was like,
I ain't put the drawers on, y'all. I ain't put the drawers on.
Yeah, I put the drawers on and everything and shit. They had holes and shit in them and all type of shit.
Yeah,
They was like pink and small as fuck.
Another nigga dick touched.
Facts.
Touched them drawers.
No, I was seeing that same thing too. I was like, damn, but I'm pretty sure another nigga decided not to put the drawers on. They dick touched the fucking pants and shit. So I'm like, either way, you was gonna lose.
No, I had my drawers on. I kept my drawers on.
So, cause I was in,
nigga, you nasty.
yeah, I was in,
That's how you got crabs.
yeah, I was at Waukesha,
Prison drawers.
I was in Waukesha County and shit. So they booked me finally. Then it was like me and two dudes, and it's like no, it's me and one other black dude because he was in there for the same thing because he had no license. So we got booked, so we in there chilling, like we in there, we fell asleep because it was late as hell. It was getting to like midnight. Cause I called my mother like, your mom in jail, whatever. So like, yo, come get me, or whatever. So I had they booked me. I was in there for like that day. So say I went in Wednesday, and then I got out like Thursday night. So they changed me to 2 different rooms. So they changed me to another room when it was like 12 niggas in there. So I'm like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to destroy some niggas because I remember like when they it was like an Asian dude, but he was high as fuck, so he was like tripping. So he kept going to the bathroom, like throwing up and shitting on himself. So I'm like, damn, he gonna fuck around and look at me and try to like pull me off my bed. I'm gonna have to like beat the fuck out of him and shit. So like that whole Thursday, they had like they gave us a bag of food. It was like some salami or whatever. I ain't eat that shit. So when they put me in the room with all the other people, like it was cool. They was like talking like, oh shit, like about that shit. I'm being here for a little minute. They were like, talking about how long they gonna be in jail or what they was in jail for. And they try to talk to me and shit, but I was like, I just stayed in my bunker and was sleep the whole fucking day because I ain't shower. I ain't eat none of their food. I mean, I ate like the cookies and shit. That was about it. I was like, yo, who want my food? They were like, oh shit, I eat that shit. Give it here, bro. So I'm thinking that whole time because they was in there like talking to each other. I'm saying to myself, because once you know you're about to get out, of jail, like your calls, like because it was a payphone in there. So when you know you're about to get out of jail, it'll say something like you can't make any calls. That's when you're about to get bailed out or whatever and shit. So I'm like, damn, like what the fuck my mom at? Yo, Gary bailed me out because my bail was only $100 and shit. So I went to the court, rescheduled for another to pay off my ticket, whatever, some shit.
So hold on, Naj. What was your strategy to surviving that shit?
Bro, I was getting to that shit. Let me explain everything.
This nigga walked in. Keep going.
So I'm thinking like when I first walked in that bitch, I'm thinking like, damn, I gotta beat up the Asian dude, and then I'm gonna have to beat up another, like somebody gonna try to like take my food because they probably thought I was pussy because I was in there with glasses or whatever. But everybody was like, man, you a smooth nigga, man. You smooth as. I ain't even saying that. I'm just like, yo, who want my cookies and shit? I guess I said it in a cool way. I was like, oh shit, I like dog smooth as a bitch. Because I remember when I got out, me and some other black dude got out. Because I guess like because my mom, Terrell, my sister came and got me. And then when Terrell was like, yo, you seen other? He said, oh, you talking about the smooth little nigga? The nerd smooth nigga? Oh yeah, he in there and shit. So pretty much I thought I had to beat somebody
Sound
up.
like they was flirting like shit.
It sounded like I had a couple boyfriends on deck. But no, it was funny, right? Like, because I was in like a similar situation.
Yeah.
Like before they interrogate you, they put you in this little joint called the bullpen.
They don't interrogate you. Well, I ain't get
I'm
interrogated.
talking about me.
Okay.
They put you in this little thing called the bullpen and shit.
Yeah.
That's what you were all the other niggas that just got arrested.
Yeah. That's where I was at.
Yeah. And they be telling all these stories and shit. That is the most humbling shit ever. Nigga, I thought like I knew stupid niggas until I said that shit. It was this one nigga. He said he did some shit. He was like something. He's like, yeah, man, these niggas that low key I might sue their ass. He was like, I was at my mama's house, and then they came to get me. And I seen them coming, so I went ahead in the attic. He said they took this big. Hey, so somebody knew I was in the attic. They took this big ass paw. Shit, it started sticking holes. Oh shit! It started sticking holes. My mama still in it.
She's poking him in his face and shit.
He said they was poking the shit out of me. He said then the drywall gave up and I fell through.
Oh damn! Yo, it's funny because.
Started beating his ass and shit.
Started beating dog ass with the billy club.
Yo, it's the funny thing.
He didn't even do shit. He just fell out the ceiling.
He was fucked up. No, he had this some shit.
No, I'm talking about, but he didn't resist the rest.
No,
They just started.
this shit. Yeah, he was already. He's like, and I felt the still. I was fucked up. They started hitting me with the billy clubs.
That shit was funny.
Yo, it's crazy because the funny thing before
I got that salami sandwich too.
Yeah.
I was using it as a pillow.
Yeah, so I know I was like sleeping on my fucking hands and shit.
I was sleeping on that salami sandwich.
Yo, so like the craziest thing before I had to go see the judge or whatever. They had put like at least 30 of us in this small ass room, like just waiting for the judge to call us or whatever. Like we all waited. It was like 30 of us, like one fucking taller than there, and it's small. Just imagine like a small, like smaller than your bathroom. Well, about the same size as your bathroom with 30 niggas in that shit.
That shit crazy.
So we had to wait in there like until we got called up, and it was I had to piss like fuck and shit. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wait because I can't piss in front of a room with niggas at all. So I had to wait till everybody left, and then I finally went to go pee. And then it's like the Asian guy that I was telling you about that was like drugged. I guess all of it got out of the system. He was talking to me. He was like, "Hey man, you think my car still be over there?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know, nigga. What the fuck, yo?"
Oh yeah, and they regulars selling shit. So with the salami sandwich, I told niggas I eat pork, and they said, "So you can give us the meat back." These niggas greasy, bro. The judicial system's trash as hell.
Hell yeah.
I got pulled over and got bailed out like a couple hours later and shit.
Hold on. Oh yeah, go.
No, but when I got pulled over, it was like late that Wednesday.
That's what it was for me. I had just got off working at State Fair and shit.
What was it, Milwaukee or what was that? West
No,
Dallas?
it was in West Dallas and shit.
Oh, okay.
I had just got off work. I was working at State Fair too. I was like, damn. I went to the house. I'm like, damn, I'm hungry. So my goofy ass went back out like knowing my plates and shit was bad, like all kind of fucked up shit. So I go to McDonald's. I get my food. I get halfway down the street, down there by my house, and the police like, pull me over, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So I was like, I get my license. He's like, dude, you know your license is suspended. Why are you driving? I'm like, man, I know. Shit, I was hungry.
Dude, I was hungry.
I was hungry. He's like, well, I'm going to have to take you in. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go in there. They do the little mugshot shit. And they actually let me hold on to my phone and shit. I was in there taking selfies, all kind of crazy.
Dude, they was taking selfies.
Oh, word.
I was calling my mama and shit. And then I had called Tierra, but Tierra was asleep. And my mama and them came and bailed me out. So it was cool. But no, when I worked in Waukesha County Jail and shit.
Hold on, before you get to that. Because you can tell us the whole survival guide, because Nigel never really told us the original question was, what was the strategy?
Oh, no, well, I mean, if you've never been to jail before, it's like you always hear like those, like what happened to the past people that went to jail, or you seen shit like off TV and movies or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just mentally, you're not going to prison, so jail it wasn't bad once I got in there, but that first night I had to mentally prepare myself. But once you realize like every nigga in there is like
They don't want to be in that.
they don't want to be in that bitch either and shit, so they're not gonna do anything to like
add more
time to their sentence, or they just trying to get out as quick as possible.
That's what I said. Jail pretty sweet.
Let's go, Rico.
Nah, the one thing that I do agree with Drake, niggas in prison dumb than a motherfucker, dog.
In prison.
I was talking when I was in the kitchen. I was like a supervisor in the kitchen and shit, and I didn't have a survival guide. Basically, like I was cool. Like
Yeah, but did you watch how the commoners were interacting with the prison?
I mean, for the most part, the prisoners. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like how niggas be making it seem and shit. Like everybody was formal and shit. Like nobody really hated each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't like blacks on black, whites on whites.
Yeah.
It was none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas was just in there. Just in the kitchen, but niggas used to do dumb shit. Like I was a cool supervisor and shit. Like I didn't give a fuck about y'all eating extra snacks and shit. Like niggas was in there trying to steal snacks and shit. And I used to have to constantly tell niggas like, "Yo, don't steal the fucking snack. Just ask me for it." You know what I'm saying? But because they so used to doing it, like niggas kept doing it, so I had to start taking niggas' privileges away and shit.
That shit wild, yo. I never knew this about you. I'm literally learning some brand new information right now.
Yeah, like
this is
niggas.
blowing my mind.
I met a dude that was in there for like his 7th or 8th DUI. Like niggas was just going to jail for like the dumbest shit.
You was in
like,
prison though, right?
Yeah, in Waukesha County.
Yeah.
Like
You was in Waukesha County prison or jail?
jail, prison. It was one of them motherfuckers. Whichever big one it is.
No, because you was talking about what's the one you was talking about?
What you talking about?
The prison you was talking about?
Walpine?
Wilpine.
No, he talking about some shit far out. I was in Waukesha, but basically, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before,
everybody just to let you know, jail and prison are two different things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Prison is where you go after you get convicted.
Prison where the murderers. You ever heard of that?
I mean, this murderer's in jail too. They just haven't been convicted yet.
I'm just saying, but you remember what's dude's name? The comedian. He passed. He was on J. Cole's album.
Oh, J. Cole.
He's like, I'm in jail with murderers in prison. Damn, what the fuck?
Oh, you talking about what the fuck is his name? With the fro.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah, Richard Pryor, because he was like, he said, because I'm in prison with murderers and rapists. He's like, prison a whole nother fucking monster, man. I thought I could survive that shit.
Nah, it was prison, but that shit was alright though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, they do feed them bullshit though. You eat some bullshit.
Yeah,
in
the
prison.
trays be like they be looking nasty
be
as
all
fuck.
old and shit.
Yeah.
Like, niggas don't be taking no. I mean, it ain't like they supposed to take pride in that shit, but it be food all in the tray still. Like
That shit's wild.
That shit fucked up. But niggas was going in there like niggas used to just. I used to have the window cracked because it be hot in there. Niggas be walking up to the window sniffing it and shit like, I haven't smelled fresh air in a while. Like, crazy ass nigga. Like, I used to have this one dude used to come up to me. I told him I was going to boot his ass out the kitchen. Like, y'all know I like to wear cologne and shit.
Yeah.
He going to me every day like, damn, dog, that cologne smell fine.
He definitely was trying to fuck Rico.
That shit make me mad in the morning.
Rico's gonna go to jail himself for fucking an inmate with his mask.
Hell,
Like, man, if you don't get your creep ass away.
Dude said, damn, man, that cologne smell. He would shoot this shot like a ball.
Damn, you smell good. What's
That shit used to
that?
make me mad in the motherfucker. But I think what really made me mad.
That's that Mustang.
Shut up, dog. I think what really made me mad about jail, and I don't mean to go off on a tangent, is that these niggas is. I didn't know that niggas in jail get a majority of the shit that they do for free and shit. Like, these niggas is. I used to ask niggas all the time, like, yo, what you doing when you get out of jail? First thing niggas tell me, going to go get some pussy. Like, yo, you ain't gonna go see your kids. You ain't gonna go do nothing. Like, you. I don't know. It used to be crazy, but as far as survival,
I don't know,
for
bro.
me,
What was your first?
I'm going to get some pussy.
I'm about to say, right?
Them kids can fucking wait.
No, because he said niggas in jail. He asked them what the first thing they do when they get out. All of them said they're going to get some pussy. And Rico said, you should go see your kid. And me and I just like, what the fuck?
I mean, if you ain't got no kids, cool. But goddamn, nigga.
Hey, them kids gonna be there.
Straight up. Straight up.
You don't know where that pussy gonna be after the day.
Straight up.
No, the question was something about survival. I didn't really have to survive. Only thing they did tell me is
well, it wasn't about you. It was just to be about if you've seen people with different strategies of trying to survive.
I was just going to get to that. The only thing that they was telling me to make sure that niggas didn't get the tops, the like metal tops and shit, because they was in there making weapons and shit. And when I first got hired, they was showing me, dog, one thing about jail, niggas is creative than
Yo,
a
this
bitch.
gotta be prison, because niggas wasn't making shanks in jail, yo.
Yeah, that was he said it was prison.
Yeah, it was prison.
He said he ain't know, because you said jail, prison. He said, I don't know.
No, it was Waukesha County Jail.
Then it wasn't prison then.
I just said that.
Oh,
I said that before that. Right when you said that,
Y'all
no.
both
When you guys said
confusing
that, I
the
said it
fuck
was
out
jail
of
and shit.
Oh, okay.
I said it was jail.
Back to interrogation, he would have got confused. Bam, he locked the fuck up.
Locked up like fuck.
When I first got interviewed and shit, they was like, is you gonna be okay with working with prisoners and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, it's cool. I work at mental health. They like, oh, you'll fit in perfect. So then they was giving me this long ass spiel about how I gotta be careful because inmates steal like spoons and shake them up and shit like that. And they take the tops and they be making the tops off like metal shit, like when you open like pasta and shit.
Yeah, like SpaghettiOs.
They be sharpening them bitches up and making them into weapons and shit like that. So
They making shanks in Waukesha County Jail, but I'm pretty sure there was no shanks where I was.
no, bro. They make
and I was
weapons.
in Milwaukee.
They make weapons wherever, nigga.
Yeah.
There's nothing safe about
wasn't no shanks in my cell block.
bullshit. I call my uncle right now, nigga. That nigga done been in jail and prison. He'd tell you they was making weapons. Niggas in prison, niggas in jail and prison are the most creative because they don't have no choice but to be. They got to make do with whatever they have.
No, that's true, right? So after this, I'm done with this shit, with this talk.
Oh yeah,
But
I just got a story about that shit. Y'all keep going now.
But no, right. So these niggas, I don't know what the fuck they be smoking. They be smoking something and shit, but it wasn't like real tobacco and shit. Or it might have been spray. I don't know, but they can't have lighters. These niggas took a paper clip, like wrapped some tissue around it, and took another piece of paper. They stuck the paper clip in the light socket with the piece of paper to catch it on fire, so they could light up the what's the name and smoke their shit.
Ooh,
Crazy.
That shit
that's so
wild,
funny that you say
bro.
that. So check this out. Have y'all ever heard of hooch before?
Are you talking about
Yeah.
that liquor shit?
Yeah, you ever heard of hooch
It was
before?
on that,
Yeah.
Yo, so listen.
The shy and shit.
So this dude was making hooch right up under my fucking nose and shit. Like I didn't know what the fuck it was. Like all I know is he kept asking for sugar.
You're gonna get in this formula real quick.
It was sugar.
Fruits, oranges.
There we
all
go.
That shit.
That shit right
I don't know
there.
that from I know that from Jailbirds on Netflix. Shout out Jailbirds on Netflix. That shit hilarious.
So listen, my man's was in there making hooch and shit, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know my supervisor over me was just like, yo, let me holler at you real quick. I'm like, all right, what up? She like, you see that dude you keep giving sugar to? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I see him. I always thought he liked this coffee and shit. He's like, she's like, nah, man, he over there making hooch. I'm like, what the fuck is hooch? It's like it's basically liquor and shit. And I'm like, so how the fuck is he making hooch? And she got to breaking that shit down. Dog, it's made like he just said with fruit, sugar, and shit like that. Like that's when I say that prisoners is the most creative motherfucker.
That's so wild though. If they would have been that creative outside of jail, they'd be fucking.
They be fucking in there. I said the exact same thing, yo.
That's so wild as hell.
Now you get innovative when people take your rights
Hell
away.
yeah, but I'd never been to jail and shit. I just had I had one moment in Atlanta where I was close to getting locked the fuck up and shit. I think I might have told Najee about this shit when I had so I was pretty much I had got like a ticket for like open container long ass time ago and shit. So I'm like, bro, I ain't paying this shit. Niggas got me fucked up and shit. I wasn't finna pay that shit at all. How about they ended up sending they had randomly sent like a piece of mail to my I was standing in a dorm at the time. It was like, yo, you got a warrant out for your arrest and shit. So I took it to my boss. I'm like, yo, what should I do? Should I just pay this shit? She's like, I don't know. You probably finna go to jail and shit. And I was like, damn. But I was like, so if I show up for the court date, would they lock me up or would they just allow me to pay that shit? So I get to court. I see all of these little black dudes, and then every time the judge would like announce a nigga case, he'd be like, case blah blah blah. You're here for or missing your court date. Boom. They'd be like, boom, you got to go to Holden. And she was just doing that shit for everybody. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm next and shit. And literally everybody that was ahead of me, every time the judge, he was like, why did you miss your court date? Dude was like, man, I don't know. I just lost my shit. He was like, boom, go to Holden. He's sending this whole group. I'm like, fuck, I'm next. Because I missed that shit like 4 months ago and shit. So he asked me, he was like, so it says here that you we've been sent this notice for you to appear in court, but you never showed up. And I was just like, oh, I stay in the door. I never got in there. Then he was like, what the hell did he say? He was like, so what do you? He was like, all right, I'm gonna allow you to pay, but when can you pay? I was like, probably in like 2 weeks. Then the whole courtroom started fucking laughing and shit. he was like, you got until tomorrow. I was like, I thought he was finna try to work with me and shit. He was like, yo, you got until tomorrow to pay this shit. We locking your ass up, bro. I was so damn petrified. I was like, damn, I started calling Dave. I was calling all type of motherfuckers. I ended up getting that shit paid though. It was the best feeling ever. Yeah, so yeah, that was some fucked up shit. But I've never been to prison or jail, so been clean like a motherfucker. So we gonna get the hell up out of that and shit. And well, one more thing though. And Dre, you can leave the room real quick and shit. Cause we gotta talk about Corey experience in prison.
Oh hell yeah, you gotta talk about that.
Hell yeah, cause that shit looks petrified.
Hell yeah.
Hold on, let me get my phone and shit, so I got something to do.
Alright. I'll let you know when to come back, bro. Alright, so let me know when you're far away, bro.
I go. Come on.
Nah, so what made me bring up the Survival Guide in prison? Because I was watching, we were still watching that When They See Us documentary or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Corey, one of the kids that got accused of it, he ended up
the worst.
Bro, he had it so bad, and I was thinking like, damn, yo, that shit looked terrifying as fuck. Remember when dude was in prison? Remember when they was in a cafeteria and then that dude was just started singing? He was singing. It was like a fucking.
He like, bro, shut that shit up.
Damn,
like
he smacked the
nigga.
fuck
He
out
said,
of
no,
him.
nigga, I'm good. He said, nigga, what? And he just got hit upside the head hard as fuck with that lunch tray.
Bro, he was literally getting stabbed and raped and all type of shit
He
every
got his
damn
ass
day, bro.
whooped at every prison he went
So
to.
the part when when he first got to that prison or whatever, right? And then the guard was like, yo, just let me know if you need something. And
No, he said, let me know
If
what
it's
you
in-
can do.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Well, let me know what you can do for me. And he was looking all confused. So I guess when everybody like left the sitting room when they was watching TV or whatever, and he was about to get ready to leave, and then two big ass, brolic ass, bald dudes, they didn't let him leave. So I'm thinking when they dragged him in the closet,
They raped him.
Did they rape him or did they just beat him up?
I think they beat his ass.
They beat his ass and they raped him because then remember he was.
I need to look that up because I was arguing with Bob because that's what we remember I was telling you we was arguing about do they rape people in prison like that, and I was like it don't happen like that.
The guard made him suck his damn dick though.
Did he?
What?
That's what the guard kept saying. He was like, "Yo, whatever you can do for me." And then remember, you ain't see that part?
No, nigga, what are you talking about?
That's what the guard did, bro. The guard. What you think the guard was telling him to do that shit?
Yeah, but I don't think he did it though.
He did. That's why he was like, "I can keep him off on you as long as you keep doing what you gonna do for me." That's what he kept telling him.
So remember he gave him like those 2 candy bars
Yeah,
and
that's
shit.
what I was just gonna say.
It wasn't just the candy bars, bro.
I don't think he sucked it. I don't think he gave him some head. I don't
Bro,
know.
that nigga
I probably got to
gave him
rewatch
head,
that part. I don't know about that part because I didn't even know if they just beat him up in the closet or they just raped him. I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah,
Because
but
I was arguing with Bobby about that yesterday about it because I'm like, yo, if they rape him, I'm pretty sure he'd tell that story. And Bobby was like, he ain't gonna tell that story. That's embarrassing. Why people tell that story? So I was confused. Like, yo, did they just beat his ass or they raped him?
right, he was little as hell. They raped the shit out of dude.
Oh, because he was like, I don't want no problems.
Oh
man.
yeah, then he went in the corner like curling up. I was like,
damn, that's fucked up,
damn.
G.
Especially remember that night when he went into the cell and like dude was like singing like a fucking classical song.
Yeah,
classical
yeah.
music song.
That part kind of fucked me up when he was talking to the nurse, and the nurse was just like, "Man, shit, it ain't shit that I can do for you."
Yeah.
Especially because we know that he didn't even supposed to be in there, and then he ended up getting beat to fuck.
Had he never walked with his guy, he'd have never been in that position.
Yeah, and it was fucked up also. I'm probably skipping ahead, but when I guess damn, I forgot what I was about to fucking say now and shit.
No,
I lost train of thought quick as hell.
The irony of fate, like the irony.
Oh yeah,
like the fact that he fought the guy that fucked him over.
Yeah, he fought. So the guy Corey Wise, he had requests to go to another prison. He ended up meeting the guy who actually committed the rape of the jogger that
before he even knew.
He didn't know he did it. He just fought him because he told him to turn the TV down.
Yeah,
and they pretty much ended up fighting, and that was just so wild that he met him. And he didn't even realize that was the dude that he was in prison. And so it was wild that they had to still come to a head, end up fighting for something that had nothing to do with the case. Dude ended up realizing that he was in there serving his time, the time he should have served. And he just felt compelled to.
But then that ain't even the most saddest part. First time they fought. The second time the dude was just basically breaking it down to him like, man, you a man of fate. You didn't waver. Like each time they told you
for his parole hearing.
Yeah, he could have been got out. He's like, but I respect your favor and I respect your wisdom or whatever. And then he went and told, like, it took for him to stand up to him and look the man in his face to tell him how he felt about the situation.
Yeah.
And
It's
shit.
crazy because when I thought about it, I'm like, damn, maybe the Puerto Rican guy, he probably was lying just because he was like, man, I'm already doing life. So what the fuck? No, when he confessed, I'm like, that sounds like a lie, but everything matched up from like his blood, DNA,
Hey, that's funny that
semen.
you say that, Naj, because I thought about that same exact thing. When they first showed it, I'm like, damn, maybe he's just giving his life for his because he felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, like you said, after they broke it down with all the DNA and shit like that, I was just like, God damn.
But anyway, I didn't think that because he knew the intricate details of everything. Like he was explaining when he was explaining to the cop, he was just.
But I'm saying, the
right
detail,
before
you
that,
can
though,
easily
like,
look that up in jail.
Yeah.
Like literally right before that, I get what Naj saying because literally before they even did anything like that, when he was in there confessing, I'm like, the fuck is he finna give his life for him or some shit like that? And then when he started breaking it down and giving the intricate details, I'm like, oh yeah.
Shout out to the white CEO, man. He was looking out. I appreciate
that. CEO
that.
was looking out
And
for real.
He saved his life.
And that's what I was talking about survive. You know how like niggas be like, yeah, you could do whatever, but you see them two brolic ass
It was
niggas
brolic
that
as
jumped,
fuck.
and then when the white dude was beating his ass down,
In the
he was
laundry
fighting,
room.
no, he was trying to fight him.
Yeah.
Like, so niggas could. That's why I was like, it's survival because it's like you could try to be as tough as you want. If it's 5 niggas, they all brolic jumping on your ass. What the fuck you gonna do? And shit?
It's just certain situations that you just can't be tough in, and that's just one of them. Like,
But what else can
and
he
he
do?
wasn't even trying to be. No, I ain't saying. I ain't saying like he trying to be tough or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he did exactly what he had to do and what he could do at that moment and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't much. It's 5 niggas whooping your ass,
bro. And then remember when he was like, yelling for the guards, he put his hand on the bar.
On the bar, and then oh my god, yo.
Dog, the black guard was pissing me off so bad. He was like, I couldn't wait for you to get here so I can laugh at you in your face. Like, dog, what kind of sick ass shit is you on, fam?
But you gotta remember though, so because the guards and the people that was dealing with him, they thought he really was a rapist though.
Mm-hmm.
So they wasn't like, because remember when they all got out, everyone was like still thinking they was rapists, like they raped
Mm-hmm.
women. And, you know, they say rapists get the worst experience in prison, like just because like if you do anything
I don't
with,
know about that.
I
Probably back then.
Oh
not
no,
now.
because I heard they say if you do anything with kids, like that type like nasty shit, or if you rape somebody, they get fucked up in prison. That's what
I heard different shit. I heard that when niggas like the rapists and the pedophiles, when they go to jail, like no niggas is trying to get more time on their hand.
Both of my uncles told me, nigga, rapists and pedophiles gotta go into holding and shit like that.
Yeah, and
They can't be in general population because they'd kill them.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what because I got people that have been in prison. My family too. They said the same shit.
Yeah, I heard that they do get the worst of it, and I also heard that no one fucks with them. Like, yo, no one wants to get more in trouble.
Shit.
Yeah,
they just do some wild shit.
it's hand in hand and shit.
Yeah.
I've heard both sides.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for sure, my uncle told me, nigga, in jail, rapists, snitches, and pedophiles, get your fucking head cracked and shit.
Yeah,
like,
they
just do not fuck with that shit.
Yeah, they always in the minimum. They're in the minimum selection of the prison.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So yeah, that was fucked up. But I was thinking if I was in what's that guy's name, Corey's situation, he should have just tried to. Because you know what his friend did when he just converted to me, became a Muslim and shit. 'Cause I was like, if you become a Muslim, they protect you, from in the prison.
Yeah, but I'm saying, when you become a Muslim, you have to dedicate becoming a Muslim. You can't fake it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Should you just become a Muslim for your time in prison?
Nah,
and shit?
if that ain't your faith. Dude,
Yeah,
know
you
what
can't
I'm
fake
saying?
it. You got to be like dead ass
if
into
that ain't
that
your
shit.
faith, I wouldn't do that shit because if you faking and they find out, they probably fuck you up.
Yeah, they gonna
too
fuck
and
you up
shit.
because you have to be like disciplined and learning. You got to learn about because like what I just recently learned about Muslim, they just don't like just learn about their own. They learn about damn near everything.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying. And so you mean to tell me you willing to just take your damn beatings?
No, but I'm saying it's not that easy. You got to be really disciplined
I
on that
wouldn't
shit.
say, I wouldn't say that I'm
this.
taking my beatings or nothing like that, but I don't feel like you have to. I've never been to prison, but I also don't feel like you have to be. You don't have to be with a certain thing. You know what I'm saying?
And then plus, remember,
what
he
I
couldn't
said-
read either.
Yeah, and that was fucked up. But I was saying if we were in Corey's situation, because Corey didn't have nobody protect. He didn't have no friends in that prison.
Yeah, because he was
Corey
only one.
wasn't also trying to make friends either.
Nah, remember when they first showed that he was in prison? He was talking to that one guy.
Yeah, that was it. That was just that one person. But
Yeah,
other
yeah.
than that,
Other than that.
but he couldn't talk. I don't mean to cut you off, but in the same breath though, it wasn't like he was trying to make friends either.
Yeah,
he
you're
kept
right.
getting his ass beat.
Yeah,
You know
because
what
he
I'm
kept
saying?
trying to be like, I don't want no problem. I just wanted to like
Yeah,
be
you
to
know what I'm
myself.
Yeah, because he was too damn scared in that.
God damn, Corey, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, brother,
He
man.
got and it didn't dawn on me till just now. He was the last person to get out of jail.
Yeah, he did 11. He did 11 and a half years.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I prayed for all of them last night. Though I was like, yo,
That shit was making me so mad at his PO hearings, fam.
hell
Because
yeah.
he could have. That take a lot of strength.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of strength.
Yeah.
For you to have 4 different PO hearings, and the first question they ask you is, "We can let you go today if you tell us that you did it."
Hell yeah.
And then remember his sister died. That was a transsexual,
Man, dog.
transgender. I was like, God
And, 'cause,
damn.
like he didn't.
His
get-
brother. My bad. His
Yeah,
brother.
But he didn't get convicted for murder or rape. He got convicted for sexual assault and.
No, he got convicted for sexual assault. He got convicted for battery, and he got convicted
But that's
for
what I'm
rape.
saying. No, he didn't get convicted.
He got convicted for rape.
No, he didn't.
What did he get convicted for?
No,
It was sexual assault.
Well, sexual assault. Yeah,
It wasn't. Cause remember,
But he got convicted more.
Soon as they said, rape in the first degree, not guilty. His mom was like, "I told y'all," and then it was like on a high note, like everybody was finna get
No,
rid of
it was the
and
murder.
just
Well,
bounced all the
it
way
was because
down
he
and
had
shit.
2 major. It was sexual assault. It was attempted
Yeah,
murder.
and then remember it was the energy
Yeah.
was like high as fuck. Like everybody was like, "Oh, he finna go," and then after that, it just went downhill from there.
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
like,
Damn,
damn.
the fuck I was doing
But
on
no,
that part.
so that's what I'm saying. Because the charges that he got hit with, it wasn't even that for him to serve that amount of time. He only had to serve that long amount because he kept saying no at his PO. You know,
Yeah.
what you were saying. 'Cause he could have been out like probably 5 years earlier if he would.
Yeah, because I think that's what what's his name again? Su Young. Yusuf. I said Su Young from Clark and shit. Yusuf. I think Yusuf, Kevin, and also the Puerto Rican guy Raymond. I think they admit to it in their. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming.
No,
because Kevin, Yusuf,
yeah.
and Anquan. I can't fucking.
They
Whatever.
never admitted to
They,
it.
no, they never admitted. But I'm saying they only did. All three of them did 6 years.
Yeah.
So Raymond did 8.5. But I think the 2 came from when he got caught selling drugs, so they sent him back to jail.
And that's what I was just
Yeah, because he came. And that's I was wondering. That's one thing I was wondering.
I think he was the first one to get released. I think.
Yeah, and that's one thing I was wondering about his story. It was like, at the end when they say all their records got expunged and all that. Since he went back to prison, but he only went back to prison because the system that fucked him over from the first time was the reason why he had to sell drugs because he couldn't find a job. Did they expunge that, or is he still considered a felon because he got caught selling drugs?
Well, I mean, it ain't like it make a difference. He 41 million up, so
Yeah, he in Georgia and living life and shit.
you
So
know what I'm
he
saying?
good.
He 41 million up. They said he was happy with his family, so it was just like that was an eye opener. Like, if we didn't know shit was fucked up, this is
that shit. That series put a lot of stuff in perspective for me. It put current stuff when you think like, life is hard as hell and all that shit. When I was watching Corey go through all that shit, I'm like, bro, you ain't got no fucking excuses to not be doing with it. Cause like all he wanted to do was just go to Coney Island and shit.
Yeah.
All he wanted to do was see light and like, talk to his friends and like all that shit.
Two things. First thing, my wife told me some shit that made a lot of sense. If he would have stayed with his girl, he would have never got in trouble, right?
Yeah, right.
She tried to use that shit on you and shit.
Yeah, but it was true though.
Hey, it was true. It was
No,
true.
it was true.
Hell
Hell yeah.
And then 2, did y'all notice every time he asked for a transfer, he got transferred further and further away from his mom?
They was doing that shit on purpose though.
Like, that shit is
Bro,
he was 5 miles away from his mom at first.
His mental, how strong his mind was when he kept saying like his guy was like, they might send you off. He's like, hey man, I feel like I done ran out of bad luck. For him to still have that optimism,
Yeah, because
like
I would have killed myself. I ain't gonna hold you.
I would have killed myself.
I would have committed suicide so fucking quick.
After that first night dude was singing that damn classical, you was hurt. You would hurt
The
me.
first
I
time
would've
he was
been
in there,
hating
a
like a
rap was
motherfucker.
on his fucking bed, yo.
That wasn't even the worst. He ain't even. That was,
And not like to make fun of it, but I'm just saying in his situation, like I don't think I would have been mentally strong because remember when he got sent to the other jail and when he was home to the bar, he was yelling for the guard and the guard was about to hit his hand with the fucking billy club. I was like, God damn. And then he got shanked. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, he could have died. But that shit, and then when they sent him to the solitary confinement, that shit, they said that shit make you go fucking crazy. You in that bitch for months and shit.
He got saved, like you said, that white cop saved him from killing himself. I humbly believe that. Like, if that white cop wasn't nice to him, he wouldn't have been alive.
But check this out, though. After the white cop was nice, he went to another prison, got beat all over again, and went back to solitary confinement. There was nobody in there nice to him. He had a black cop that hated him in that shit.
Yeah, but the white cop came back to try to help him.
Oh, no, that's when he went to another transfer shit.
Yeah.
And that's when they was watching 2001. But it's like, it's funny.
9/11.
And one thing I was thinking about watching that shit, I'm like, that shows you how strong humans are to like eventually, like it'll take a while for you to get broken down, but eventually you start adapting to your situation and shit. Cause like when he went to the last jail, he was, last prison he was at, dude was like finally working out and shit. He was actually like niggas, he wasn't scared of people no more and shit. I'm like, for him to just stick that through, I did grab some like, stuff as far as like pushing through and staying commitment. Even with some of the other dudes that got out, where they were still trying to figure out ways. Like, dude wanted to be a teacher, but he couldn't. And you seen all these opportunities that you have.
Yeah, they was all resilient when they got out.
Hell
I
yeah.
fuck with that.
No, so speaking of survival, y'all think Anthony Joshua gonna survive that L he took last night? Y'all think his career gonna survive that?
I don't know.
I think so.
I would. Yeah, probably. Because they still want to see him fight Wilder or see him get knocked out by Wilder or Fury.
And technically, Fury beat Wilder. Fury not knocking out nobody, but Fury beat Wilder. Like really, like if you look at that match and shit, Fury won that match and shit.
He did. He got saved by that last knockdown.
Yeah, he outboxed Wilder like crazy and shit.
Yeah, and I think it will. I think his career will survive it too, though. Just because I was watching the interview after he took that L last night. And for some reason, dude just know how to win you back over every time.
Yeah, dude was in the back clapping for dude and shit, smiling hard as a bitch.
His interview, he was like, he's a great fighter, man. He was just like, I'm going to go back watch some film, you know what I mean? But he's a hell of a fighter. Like, he was bigging him up the whole time. And he was just I'm going to want the rematch, but he's a hell of a opponent. Like, he wasn't going to be like, how like, what's dude's name? that hang out with Floyd Mayweather.
Adrian Broner.
Yeah, like he ain't gonna do that at all.
I won it. Y'all know I won it.
He got his ass tossed, bro. Dude got his ass beat the hell up.
Yeah, no, he'll be alright.
Yeah, and I think they'll give him that rematch. I just think,
They got to give him the rematch.
Hell
He
yeah.
lost his title.
yeah.
He lost.
He
three
lost. All,
times.
I thought it was
All of
4.
He lost 3.
Yo, y'all seen how funny what's the dude's name that beat him?
Some Mexican nigga.
Yeah, some fat Mexican.
It was like
man.
Anthony Ruiz or something.
Andy Ruiz Jr.
Oh yeah, but he was looking funny as hell.
Dog.
Yo, you see?
He's sloppy as shit.
You seen when all the belts was in front of him? He was like, "Yo, what the fuck just happened?" Bro?
Yeah, yeah.
he was looking crazy.
Now he about to
I
get
can't
he
fit
about to
that.
get challenged by the best now and shit.
Oh, you finna get fucked up.
Hell yeah, that's like one of those gifts. He's like, "Yo, I don't want this shit. Yo, I just was trying to get some bread. What the
Finna get
hell?"
Fucked up. Because now, if homie don't get that shit, Wilder definitely going over fat. He going for fat folks. Even though ain't neither one of them got
1,000%.
ain't
Wilder
neither
finna
one.
beat the fuck out of
Nah,
dude.
neither one of them got gas. Wilder ain't got no fucking gas.
Wilder
man.
got a better-
That's why we trying to
What
end
happened-
fights early.
Oh no, Wilder gonna beat the dog shit out of fat folks, bro. Fat folks getting the dog. That shit finna be over in the first round, bro.
That's the thing. I don't know, yo.
The
See,
thing with Anthony Joshua,
I-
this nigga went in there with way too much confidence and completely. He went in this fight like it was like a sparring match
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
Like,
But he can actually box. Though.
Yeah, he's
Wilder can't box that well.
but here's what I know because I was watching the fight.
Wilder just got knockout knockout.
but
power
that's
like
what I'm
crazy.
saying. And one thing I watched about the Anthony dude is he was getting his ass knocked out. Like we got knocked down two times in the first 2 rounds and shit, or first 3 rounds. So if those same knockouts came from Wilder, he was done. Like Jock, you
I
know.
don't know, man. That big homie might have hands, bro.
No,
He might hit like Wilder.
I mean, he ain't undefeated for no reason.
them little ass arms is probably going crazy.
The Mexican dude, I mean, he ain't undefeated.
No,
I'm
he
sorry.
lost- he lost like
he
5
got
times.
1 loss.
I thought it was like 105 or something.
No, he got 1 loss out of like 36 wins. So I mean, he ain't sweet.
You said 105.
Yeah, somebody had posted that last night on YouTube.
He was 105.
Yeah.
Nah, that's
He was whooping niggas.
Hell
ass.
yeah. Like throughout his whole career though.
no. Well, if you count the Olympics and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit, but yeah. But it's
Oh, he was in the Olympics too.
Yeah, he ain't no amateur. This ain't no amateur.
Yeah,
bro.
he's
No,
American,
like-
ain't he?
yeah.
He Mexican American.
he like 35-1. G.
But the Olympics ain't really. Olympics is point boxing. I can't see that nigga in the Olympics, yo. You going crazy like that?
Probably.
Yeah,
so.
I'm gonna have to look up his stats.
I won't.
later.
I'm not gonna act like I know all of his stats and
Yeah.
shit. But I'm assuming if the guy had posted that he was like X amount of wins or whatever,
100,
I'm assuming
yeah.
that he was adding in the
Oh,
Olympics.
so
shit,
it's
but-
not a fact.
That's what I'm saying. I just seen
No,
somebody
the
posted
only
this
thing
shit.
that's for sure is that he only got 1 loss.
Okay.
Hey, yo, said Anthony Joshua after shocking loss. I didn't even ask for a rematch. That's what it just popped up. I tried to Google the Mexican fighter
Yeah.
stats.
But he said when he said during his in ring interview, he was like, "There will be. I'll definitely watch the film and have another fight." But one thing I want to ask y'all is, how long y'all think Anthony gonna hold that belt, bruh?
It's the problem. The problem.
He
The
released
question
that
ain't
instantly.
how
You
long.
You talking about big homie?
Big homie,
Oh, big homie done.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to that shit instantly.
Big homie, he probably already lost the belt. This nigga like,
It did,
fuck?
well,
that shit
I'm
goes-
not gonna say
I was
that.
just eating these cheese fries.
It all depends. It all depends on who he got up next. Like if he go against Fury, he out of there. If he go up against Wilder, he almost out of
Nah,
there.
he might fuck Fury up. Fury, he ain't got no power.
I'm telling
Fury is a point boxer, and if he got a hold of Anthony Joshua, he gonna get a hold of
you,
Fury.
bro. He only got to hold Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua didn't take that shit serious, bro.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm saying if he got a hold of, and he gonna get a hold of Fury.
Because I guarantee if Anthony Joshua fight fat dude again, he gonna win. He gonna beat him in 3
Oh no,
rounds,
he gonna
bro.
destroy dog.
Yeah, it's gonna be
He
fucking.
gonna beat the
He gonna
fucking
destroy
snot
dog.
out
He
of
was
him.
he was like super gassed and shit.
Oh, hell
I ain't
yeah.
never seen Anthony Joshua that gassed.
Yeah, he wouldn't take. He probably didn't even
He was
train. for
partying
it.
that
Yeah.
night before and shit.
Hell yeah.
He was just with Drake. He was
Oh, he
partying.
was?
Yeah, you ain't see the picture?
Oh,
And
hell
he was just
yeah.
like, I'm finna break the curse. And then Drake was in the picture and shit.
No, bro.
So now everybody blaming Drake for
That's
the
so wild.
loss. But no, I mean, that's what happened when you don't take your opponent
I
serious.
think this might
Tyson
be the-
didn't take his opponent serious and got his loss.
This might be the shortest. This might be the shortest reign of a champion in boxing.
A heavyweight champion?
Hell yeah, because I think he gonna lose that shit. His next fight, he losing that.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
next title fight is over.
Yeah, you was right, Rico. He only got 1 loss
Yeah, he only got
in 22 KOs
Yeah, I read
Out
up
of
a
how
little
many
bit on
fights?
it.
out of 34.
Yeah.
What's his? That's his overall shit.
That's his boxing record. Yep.
Them little ass arms going crazy.
Yeah, he was going. So that's why.
That shit like it was hurting like hell.
Yo, look
That
at this
nigga-
guy, yo. He don't even look like a fucking
Yeah,
boxer.
bro, that nigga arm
Like
stop
he
at
look like
that nigga arm stop at his waist.
He does like a comedian, like
He
he
like a
does.
fat comedian and shit.
That nigga arm stop at his waist, yo.
But
don't know how the fuck he-
congratulations to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
got busy with
Everybody had
dog.
a night.
Yeah, he
up,
young
bro.
too. He 29.
Good job, Jim.
Congrats, big dog. Congrats. But now, shit,
bag,
by Anthony winning or by Ruiz winning that fight last night.
It put a real asterisk. It put a real asterisk on his career, though. I can tell you that.
Somebody catch that, Jim.
Hell yeah.
It put a real asterisk on his career. I can tell you that.
But no, by dude winning that fight last night, should we start to fear overweight fat niggas' hands?
Hey,
man?
fat niggas been winning. What you talking about,
I'm
bro?
definitely say.
I don't know about that shit. What you saying? What you
Doing
say?
through.
I've been
about
putting in
that?
work for a long
I
time.
don't be caring about nobody and shit, so I definitely care about no fat niggas.
Nah, dude, should you always?
Fat niggas been winning,
Man,
bro.
me and Alex been putting in a lot of work on niggas, man.
Oh,
We've
his,
been fat our whole
oh,
life
his
and
name
shit.
really was Ruiz.
I said
and shit.
over
But you was
like
being-
obese ass niggas.
That's you made a
You call me
hilarious
obese
joke.
all the time.
I'm saying, but you is fat as fuck. Alright, you is fat as hell. I can't deny that one. And shit. So you is fat as hell.
Oh yeah, no, fuck the gym. Nigga, I ain't going to the gym no more. And shit.
And that was
Dude
the
about to
thing.
get diabetes quick as hell.
Oh, my diabetes game finna go crazy. Dude. My blood sugar finna be high as
That was
hell.
my next question.
All
though.
I'm doing is eating cakes.
Did fat dude prove that the gym is a myth, bro?
bruh,
It's a
fuck,
gym a
bruh,
myth, bro.
bruh,
It's a
bruh.
damn gym a myth, bro.
Fuck the gym. Nigga, fuck t-shirts. Nigga, all I'm doing is eating cakes and going outside shirtless and shit.
And you gotta,
nigga, we out here.
You gotta be like, yo, let somebody try me, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I'm throwing these hands.
Hey, no, I never underestimate how quick a fat nigga is, though. I never estimate
Fat
that
niggas
shit.
my
yeah.
entire life and shit.
Look, you fought one fat nigga.
Hell yeah.
He
fuck you
beat
talking
your
about?
ass.
I was beat dude ass and shit.
No, that's the fat nigga I seen you fighting.
I love what the fuck.
Yo, your ass and shit? The fuck?
Not all
fought
fat
you, I ain't
niggas,
never fight
but
you.
I love the fact that
I fought you. What the fuck?
I love the fact that niggas I love the fact that a lot of people underestimate fat people and shit.
I'm saying, but like realistically, you not fat, bro. You like
No,
you
Rico, this nigga fat as fuck.
yeah. But I'm talking
Yeah,
about like,
I know what you mean.
yeah, but like
Like,
mine is
like-
just aside.
like
Like,
Rico-
you not you like
Rico, they compared this
like,
nigga to Butterbean,
Yeah.
fam. You not Butterbean.
Yeah, you not like fat and shit. You not like my 600-pound life fat and shit. You like my 400-pound life and shit. So yeah, so there's no more gym for us. That's all I needed to just continue my hiatus of the gym and shit.
Nah, he nimble for a fat guy, though.
Hey, no, this nigga moving like fuck. That's what I had on. That's what was just that loud and
So
shit.
question.
I'm watching this nigga getting Anthony Joshua ass. His hands is stupid. Oh no, he
Yo,
fucking,
you know
he
what's-
fucking Fury up.
Hey, you know what's funny though?
This fat nigga
Yo.
putting the paws on Fury.
You know what's funny though?
he might put the paws on Wilder.
You know what's funny? If you seen this fat nigga at the club,
Oh, no, I'm thinking I'm a wreck him. I think in my head, I'm finna,
beat this shit.
I'm finna wreck this big nigga.
Shit, I would have seen that shit too. Think I
Hey, he a
would've
big
win
dude,
that
though.
shit.
He's 6'2".
I'm gonna fuck. He looks sloppy as shit. In my brain, if this fat nigga talking crazy, I'm finna wreck this big sloppy.
No, I remember what.
he jumping. And
I remember when we used to go to Kaziesco's and shit. They had a I think that's when they had a boxing room. I remember. I think
yeah,
yeah.
they had a boxing
No, when I was seeing the fat niggas, the fat Mexicans, they not a move.
No, this nigga right here, this nigga hand speed is nuts. He might fuck Wilder up.
Bro.
I didn't watch this fight. I only watched the highlights. This nigga got hands.
He looks like you watched the whole fight, bro. He looks sloppy. He's sloppy.
No, nigga, look at this.
No, I watched the whole fight.
Bro, look at this. Look at these
Show me
highlights
some
right here.
shit, bro. I already seen this whole shit. I know. I seen.
Bro, just watch the highlights. Watch this nigga hands.
He was going.
This nigga just throwing them things.
He put that.
All I know is, I'm good. All I know, whenever that Wilder and dude fight come up and shit, just put money on that shit.
I got money on that.
All right.
Because Wilder can't fight.
All right, put money on it. We gonna bet 100. I'm at 200. Wilder gonna beat the dog.
He can bet it. I'm not. If I lose, I'm not paying this nigga $200.
That would why niggas be doing these
don't know
big
why
ass
they
amount of
do that.
money. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
I'm not
mean,
giving you
niggas
that.
bet-
I'm not.
Nigga bet like $5.
I'm not giving. I'm not
Goddamn.
giving you $200. Yeah, I do $25. I'm not giving you $200. Music to check for. We gotta throw on some type of hip hop. What y'all say? Y'all said the Jim Jones hot.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that new Jim Jones. That shit is fire as hell. Who else dropped?
Chance. He like
He hinting
he
at
like
some
hinting
shit.
that he gonna drop some shit. That Road to Me. That's gonna
That shit
be a little
fire.
slept on project and
Yeah,
shit.
that shit fire.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's a couple projects to check out.
Hell yeah. No, we'll recommend y'all some shit every time. Let y'all know what's popping out in these streets.
Yeah.
And that's gonna wrap up Mac and the Hanging Podcast episode 20. Make sure y'all follow us on iTunes. I really want y'all to get on iTunes, yo. Please leave comments. The more comments we have, the higher we rank. The higher we rank, the easier it is for our podcast to be promoted. Oh yeah, and also follow us on Spotify,
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud.
Spell it out, Naj.
I don't feel like it.
That shit. Cause nigga can't spell anyway.
All right, cool. What's up?
You can end it.
No, what you gotta say?
Oh no, I was finna say we gotta figure out which platform we get the most likes and hits and shit on, because I want to start making it where a fan can give us a question for us to debate on.
Oh no, they can give us a question on Instagram.
Yeah. And then shout out shout out the email real quick.
Shout out who?
The email.
Oh, the email, mackinandhangingpodcast@gmail.com. And also, I keep trying to tell you niggas, man, you have a fucking funny story, fucking email the fucking podcast so we can set shit. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm not seeing none of you niggas didn't email us at all.
It's all clothing ads. Not you. This is the junk email.
There's nothing but Twitter, Instagram, and
oh no,
shit.
but that's because if we promote it on like the Instagram and Twitter, like yo, y'all got any questions? Like
yeah, you're right.
We gonna get it popping. But yeah, man, shit been real. We appreciate y'all, man.
Thanks for the listen. We continue to grow. We're gonna bring y'all episode 21 next week. Thank you.
I'll stop talking, and we out.
Signing off.
Fucking Dreyway.
Trade in the city.
Fuck, is he still talking? This nigga should keep talking this shit.